And it's that there are changes that the Senate Business Committee has made regarding the constitution of select committees of the Senate. These select committees include the Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. The senator for Nairobi County shall be replacing the nominated Senator Honorable Beatrice Ogola in this committee, that is the Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. Also, the Standing Committee on Energy has also been affected. The nominated Senator Beatrice Ogola shall be replacing the Senator for Homa Bay County, Honorable Moses Kajwang. The Standing Committee on Health has also received some changes in its membership. The Committee on Information, Communication and Technology, the Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration, the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing, and also the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism. These are changes that have been effected by the Senate Business Committee and will be communicated to the House this afternoon. Of course, once the Senate leader of the majority moves the notice of motion, and then it will follow the motion that the members shall be given this particular information. Changes have also been effected on watchdog committees, including the County Public Accounts Committee, as well as the County Public Investments and Special Funds Committees. This is pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 193. Well, the quorum has been attained. Allow me to hand you over.
Senator Wambua, take your seat. Now, clerk, you may call the first order.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, Thursday, 30th July 2026. The 23rd edition of biannual report on the status of alcohol and drug abuse control in Kenya by the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA. I beg to lay.
Senator Moses Kajwang. Senator Moses Kajwang has got a paper to lay. Senator Faki, I am informed you're doing on behalf of Senator Kajwang.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, Thursday, 30th of July, 2026. Report of the Regional Seminar, African Parliaments for Climate Action on Reducing Methane, Promoting Development, held at Emara Ole Sereni Hotel, Nairobi, Kenya, from the 14th to the 18th of May, 2026. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Next one.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate on 12 February 2025, 2nd December 2025, and 17 June 2026 on the approval of senators to serve in various select committees of the Senate, A, pursuant to Standing Order 197, 199, 228, and 4th schedule of the Standing Orders, the Senate approves the following senators nominated by the Senate Business to serve in the standing committees of the Senate as follows. 1. Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, Senator Edin Sifuna, CBS MP, to replace Senator Beatrice Ogola, MP. 2. Standing Committee on Energy, Senator Beatrice Ogola, MP, to replace Senator Moses Kajwang, CBS MP. 3. Standing Committee on Health, Senator Shakila Abdallah Mohammed, MP, to replace Senator Joseph Githuku, MP. 4. Standing Committee on Information, Communication and Technology, Senator Moses Kajwang, CBS MP, and Senator Beatrice Ogola, MP, to replace Senator Shakila Abdallah Mohammed, MP, and Senator Esena Lemaletian, MP. 5. The Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunities, Regional Integration, Senator Godfrey Othotsi, CBS MP, to replace Senator Bietsiengo, MP. 6. Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing, Senator Hamida Kibwana, MP, to replace Senator Crystal Asige, MP. And finally, Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism, Senator Enoch Wambua, CBS MP, to replace Senator Hamida Ali Kibwana, MP.
Next is Senator Moses Kajwang.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that the Senate notes the report of the regional seminar, African Parliaments for Climate Action on Reducing Methane, Promoting Development, held at Emara Ole Sereni Hotel, Nairobi, Kenya, from 14th to 18th May 2026, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 30th July 2026. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next on.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Several statements and standing order 53-1. We start with the Senator for Nairobi City County. But I saw Senator Sifuna here just 1 minute ago. Okay, Senator Esio Kenyuri. Those two statements are dropped. Senator Agnes Kavido.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to read my statement on irregularities in the payroll of the county government of Machakos. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee of Labor and Social Welfare on a matter of countrywide concerns regarding irregularities identified in the payroll of the county government of Machakos. Mr. Speaker, sir, an audit of the county government's payroll covering the period of from 1st January 2016 to 30th September 2021 revealed several anomalies, including duplicate employee records, shared bank accounts, irregularity payment on salaries and allowances, and officers drawing salaries from both the national and county governments. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the progress of investigations into the anomalies identified in the audit, the number of officers implicated, and the total amount of funds irregularly paid. 2, the administrative, disciplinary, or criminal measures taken against officers involved in those responsible for unauthorized alteration of payroll records. 3, the amount of money recovered from irregular duplicate of unsupported payments and the strategies of recovery outstanding amounts of the outstanding amounts. 4, the extent of implementation of audit recommendations, including regular payroll cleaning, monthly audit, and strengthened access control, including timelines for involving all outstanding cases identified in the audit measures of to prevent recurrences. Senator Agnes Kavindu Mudhama, MP, Machakos County. Mr. Speaker, I have 2 statements. Can I read the other one? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have another statement on the rising cases of brutal killings and discovery of mutilated bodies in Machakos County. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 52-1 to make a statement on a matter of countrywide concerns regarding the rising cases of brutal killings and discovery of mutilated bodies in Machakos County. Mr. Speaker, sir, the recent months, Machakos County has witnessed a disturbing increase of incidents involving the brutal murder of persons, mutilated of their bodies, and abandoned of their remains in isolated locations. These heinous acts have instilled fear among residents, undermined public confidence in the security agencies, and raised serious concerns about the prevalence of violence crimes in the country. Article 26 of the Constitution guarantees every person the right to life, while Article 28-29 guarantees the rights to human dignity and security of the person, respectively. The continued occurrences of the killings is therefore a grave violation of these constitutional rights and calls for urgent and decisive interventions by the relevant security agencies. Mr. Speaker, the latest incident occurred on the 17th of July 2026 when mutilated human remains were discovered near Mukengesia River in Mukengesia Village, Kithioko Sub-County, Masinga, Kithioko Sub-Location, Masinga Sub-County. The remains were recovered by officers from the National Police Service and Directorate of Criminal Investigations and transferred to the Machakos Level 5 Hospital mortuary for identification and post-mortem examination. This incident has highlighted anxiety among residents and reinforced concerns concerning the apparent rise in brutal killings and the dumping of human remains in different parts of this country. Mr. Speaker, sir, I strongly condemn these barbaric acts which have no place in the society founded on the rule of law and respect for human life and dignity. I call upon the Inspector General of Police, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, and other relevant government agencies to expedite investigations into those incidences, identify and prosecute the perpetrators, and strengthen security and surveillance measures to prevent further loss of lives. I further urge members of the public to remain vigilant and cooperate with the security agencies by providing any information that may assist in identifying the victims and bringing those responsible to justice. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senator Agnes Kavindu Mudhama, the Senator, Machakos County.
Senator James Murango. Of two statements, you can link them simultaneously.
Tulia. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
No, actually, it is one. The other one is Joe Newt. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on a matter of county-wide concern regarding store development projects undertaken by the county government of Kirinyaga since 2013. Mr. Speaker, sir, despite significant expenditure of public funds, numerous projects remain incomplete or abandoned in Kirinyaga County, thereby denying residents access to essential services and raising concerns about accountability, prudent resource use, and compliance with constitutional principles of public finance as provided for under Article 201. In the statement, the committee should address the following. One, a full account of all stalled or incomplete projects undertaken by the county government of Kirinyaga between April 2013 and June 2026, specifying their location, implementing department or entity, contractor, contract sum, amount paid, percentage of works completed, and estimated cost of completion. Two, the reasons for the delay or stalling, indicating the contractors, officers, or entities responsible for delays or abandonment. Three, measures undertaken to recover public funds lost through abandoned projects, incomplete works, breach of contract or poor workmanship, and actions against culpable contractors or public officers. Four, steps by the county government to complete and operationalize store projects, including funding arrangements, timelines, and safeguards to prevent recurrence. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, the legal policy Mr. Speaker, the legal policy and administrative measures in place to ensure that county governments give priority to the completion of ongoing projects and prevent the accumulation of stalled projects. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Joe Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I raise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Lands, Environment and Natural Resources on an issue of national concern regarding the ongoing tree harvesting activities within the Aberdare Forest ecosystem. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Aberdare Forest, one of Kenya's vital water towers, provides critical ecological services and supports millions of livelihoods. However, extensive harvesting along the Mangu, Kamai, and Gatanga-Jabine corridors, including reports of non-mature trees being felled, raises grave concerns about sustainability, compliance with Forest Conservation and Management Act 2016, and the absence of visible reforestation efforts. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, a comprehensive report on recent activities, including specific locations, acreage, volume of timber, and the criteria used by the Kenya Forest Service to justify harvesting of non-mature trees. 2, details of all the companies, contractors, or license holders authorized to harvest and the specific conditions attached to these authorizations. 3, immediate reforestation measures, seedling species and quantities and timelines, as well as monitoring mechanisms to ensure prompt restoration and prevent long-term degradation. And 4, measures by the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry and the Kenya Forest Service to enforce sustainable practices and full adherence to the Forest Conservation and Management Act 2016. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Professor Tom Ojenda. That statement is dropped. Senator Mohamed Chute.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm requesting for a statement on the inclusion of the Uran-Goda Lataka section of the ongoing construction of the Sololo Anona Golole Uran-Goda Road. So, Speaker, sir, I raise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the exclusion of approximately 4-kilometer Uran-Goda Lataka section from the ongoing construction of the Sololo Anona Galole Road in Sololo sub-county of Marsabit County. In the statement, Honorable Speaker, the committee should address the following. Number 1, the reason and criteria that inform the exclusion of the 4-kilometer Uran-Goda Lataka section from the ongoing construction works in Sololo. Number 2, the budgetary, contractual, technical, or planning consideration behind the exclusion. And number 2, the estimate cost of construction and whether there are plans to revise the project scope to include that section. Number 3, Honorable Speaker, measures by the Ministry of Roads and Transport and the relevant road agencies to ensure construction of that section, including expected commencement and completion timelines. Honorable Speaker, finally, the broader safeguards in place to prevent similar exclusion in future road projects and to guarantee equitable infrastructure development across all regions. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Lelegwe. Lutubesi.
request for a statement on the employee status of long-serving casual employees of the county government of Samburu and implementation of the recommendations in the special audit report of the Auditor General on payroll management for the County Executive of Samburu 2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labour and Social Welfare on the matter of county-wide concern regarding continued engagement of casual employees by the county government of Samburu for prolonged periods exceeding 3 years without confirmation to permanent and pensionable terms, and implementation status of recommendations contained in the special audit report of the Auditor General on the payroll management for the County Executive of Samburu 2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to Article 41 of the Constitution guarantees every worker the right to fair labor practices, while Article 232 enshrines the values and principles of public service, including accountability, transparency, professionalism, and equitable opportunities in employment. The Employment Act 2017 further safeguards workers against indefinite engagement on casual terms where the nature and duration of service amount to continuous employment. Despite these provisions and statutory protections, numerous employees within the county government of Samburu have continuously served for periods exceeding 3 years and in some cases considerably longer while performing duties that are permanent, recurrent, and essential to the delivery of public services, yet they remain trapped in employment uncertainty, deprived of job security, pension rights, medical benefits, career progression, and other protections accorded to officers serving on permanent and pensionable terms. The prolonged failure to regularize the employment status of these workers has subjected them and their families to significant psychological, emotional, social, economic hardships. Many have dedicated years of service to the county government while living under constant uncertainty regarding their future, despite faithfully discharging responsibilities critical to the functioning of the county government. Mr. Speaker, sir, the matter is compounded by the findings and recommendations contained in the special audit report of the Auditor General on payroll management for the County Executive of Samburu 2025, which highlighted concerns relating to payroll management, human resource compliance, staffing, establishment, recruitment practices, employees' records management, and adherence to applicable public service laws and regulations. These findings raise serious concerns regarding human resource governance and accountability within the county government and necessitate urgent corrective action. In the statement, the committee should address the following: the exact number of casual employees currently serving the county government of Samburu who have continuously served or worked for a period exceeding 3 years, indicating their respective departments, job designation, dates of engagement, remuneration, and reasons for continued failure to regularize their employment status in accordance with the Constitution, the Employment Act 2007, and applicable public service laws and regulations. 2, the status of implementation of the recommendations contained in the special audit report and the special audit report of the Auditor General on payroll management for the County Executive of Samburu 2025, particularly relating to payroll management, human resource compliance, staffing, establishment, employee records management, recruitment procedure, staff regularization, and compliance with applicable laws governing public service employment. 3, whether the county government has developed a policy framework or implementation plan for the absorption and confirmation of eligible long-serving casual employees into permanent and pensionable terms, and if so, provide the timelines, eligibility criteria, budgetary allocations, and administrative measures put in place to undertake the exercise. 4, measures being taken to address the adverse psychological, emotional, social, and economic effects occasioned by the prolonged casual employment, including the denial of job security, pension benefits, medical cover, career progression opportunities, and other employment rights guaranteed under the Constitution and labor laws. Finally, 5, the total number of officers identified in the special audit report as requiring regularization, payroll clearing, corrective administrative action, or compliance interventions, the progress made in implementing the audit recommendations, and the timelines within which the county government intends to fully implement the recommendations and conclusively resolve the plight of affected employees. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mazayo, Minority Leader. Senator Wakoli.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Request for statement on the exclusion of health administrative officers from the payment of extraneous and risk allowances. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Health on a matter of national concern regarding the exclusion of health administrative officers working in public health facilities from receiving extraneous and risk allowances. Mr. Speaker, sir, despite serving within healthcare environments and being exposed to occupational risks comparable to other cadres, these officers remain excluded from payment of the said allowances, raising concerns of fairness, equity, and compliance with constitutional labor rights. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the policy, legal, and administrative basis for excluding health administrative officers working in public health facilities from the payment of extraneous and risk allowances. 2, the cadres of healthcare workers currently eligible for the allowances and the criteria used to determine their eligibility. 3, the findings of any occupational risk assessment conducted in respect of health administrative officers and the justification for the exclusion despite working in the same facilities and being exposed to risks comparable to those faced by other healthcare workers. 4, the status and findings of any review undertaken by the Ministry of Health, the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC, the county governments regarding the inclusion of health administrative officers in the payment of the allowances. And finally, 5, the measures being taken to harmonize the payment of extraneous and risk allowances across eligible healthcare personnel, including plans and timelines for reviewing the existing policy framework to ensure equitable compensation. Senator David Wakoli, MP, Senator for Bungoma County. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Professor Tom Ojenda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a statement under Standing Order 53 on the rising number of unemployed university and college graduates in Kisumu County. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare on a matter of countrywide concern regarding the increasing number of university and college graduates entering the labor market in Kisumu County without corresponding employment opportunities. Mr. Speaker, sir, while access to higher education has expanded, many graduates face limited prospects for jobs, entrepreneurship, and meaningful economic participation. This, Mr. Speaker, has created a growing population of skilled but unemployed youth, raising concerns about social stability, economic productivity, and the realization of constitutional rights under Article 43 on social and economic security. In the statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee should address the following. One, the number of graduates entering the labor market annually over the last 5 years, disaggregated by level of qualification, field of study, and employment status. Two, measures taken by the county government, national government agencies, and the private sector to support employability, innovation, and enterprise development, as well as to expand opportunities through jobs, internships, apprenticeships, and entrepreneurship. Three, whether the county government has assessed the alignment between university and college programs with labor demands in key sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, technology, trade, and services. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, concrete steps and timelines to bridge the gap between rising graduation rates and available economic opportunities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mazayo.
Asante mstahiki Spika. Mstahiki Spika, nataka kusoma taarifa hii kuhusu ukosefu wa huduma za mahakama kwa wakaazi wa Bamba katika kaunti ya Kilifi. Mheshimiwa Spika, nasimama kwa kanuni za kudumu kipengele cha 53 sheria ya kwanza ya hizi kanuni zetu za Seneti, kuomba kauli kutoka kwa kamati ya haki, masuala ya kisheria na haki za kibinadamu kuhusu ukosefu wa mahakama ya hakimu katika wadi ya Bamba, eneo bunge la Ganze, kaunti ya Kilifi. Mstahiki Spika, licha ya kwamba Bamba huwa ni eneo kubwa lenye idadi kubwa ya wakaazi walio na mahitaji ya huduma ya mahakama, wananchi wanalalamika kusafiri umbali ama urefu hadi Kilifi, Malindi, Kaloleni au Mariakani ili kupata huduma hizo za mahakama. Jambo hili linasababisha kuongezeka kwa gharama, kucheleweshwa kwa haki na kuwakatishia tamaa waathiriwa wa uhalifu kuripoti matukio au kufuatilia kesi zao. Bwana Spika, katika kauli hiyo, kamati zizingatie yafuatayo. Ya kwanza, sababu zinazofanya wadi ya Bamba kukosa mahakama ya hakimu licha ya idadi kubwa ya wakaazi na mahitaji ya huduma za mahakama. Ya pili, ikiwa idara ya mahakama imefanya tathmini ya uwezekano wa kuanzisha mahakama ya hakimu Bamba, matokeo ya tathmini hiyo ya mazungumzo na serikali ya kaunti ya Kilifi kuhusu utoaji wa ardhi au miundombinu ya kujenga mahakama ama mipangilio ambayo imefanywa ili kuweza kujenga mahakama ya sheria. Namba 3, hatua zinazochukuliwa kwa sasa kuhakikisha wakaazi wanapata huduma kwa urahisi na kwa wakati, ikiwepo matumizi ya mahakama za kutembea, mahakama za kuzunguka ama za mzunguko au huduma za mitandao ili kupunguza gharama ya kusafiri na changamoto zinazowakabili wananchi wanaoishi sehemu za Bamba ndani ya kaunti ya Kilifi. 4, kamati ichunguze ikiwa kuna mipango au kujenga mahakama ya hakimu Bamba, ieleze muda wa utekelezaji, fedha zitakazotengwa na hatua zilizofikiwa kufikia sasa. Mwisho, kamati hiyo pia izingatie mikakati ya muda, kuna muda gani ama muda mrefu, ya kuboresha upatikanaji wa huduma za mahakama Bamba na maeneo mengine yenye changamoto kama hizo katika kaunti ya Kilifi. Asante mstahiki Spika.
Senator Andy Okech.
Mr. Speaker, thank you, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. You've seen Senator Cherargei consulting with me very, very closely because he thought you were going to call him first because of ranking member. But you know, he has been hitting me that I'm the senior most bachelor here. We just discovered that he's a bachelor. So he's the senior most bachelor in this house, Senator Cherargei. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I rise. I rise.
Just a minute, Senator.
Mr. Speaker.
Majority in the office, your point of order.
Mr. Speaker, you know, the records of this House remain in perpetuity. Even in the year 2126, 100 years from today, it is possible, if Jesus Christ will not have come back, to find out what was said in the House of Parliament on such and such a day. It will be so dangerous, Mr. Speaker, if the records reflect that the senior elder from Nandi, a man whose family I know very well, unless that status has changed, is recorded as a bachelor in this House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, could you please order that those utterances are withdrawn? There is an apology, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, the other risk, Mr. Speaker, Senator Cherargei is a member of, what do they call that association of Catholic men, the one that put on red tie? CMA. At, what is the name of your church? I'm forgetting. St. Francis Cheptaret. I've gone to that church, Mr. Speaker, and he's a very respected elder. Lest he is excommunicated, Mr. Speaker, can the records properly reflect his status?
There was also a point of order from Senator Cherargei, the owner of the shoe.
Mr. Speaker, understanding 105, it should be a statement of fact. I don't know why Senator Eddy decided to pick on me this afternoon. If he has a problem of looking for a wife, then he should consult me. Because I'm expert, Mr. Speaker, a family man, respected elder of the Nandi community, a respected religious, and the chair of PAC is my witness, Mr. Speaker. So can he withdraw and apologize? Or I produce witnesses in this house to discount this theory, including my chair of Public Accounts Committee.
Then you should be seated. You should be seated. I'm not yet done with you because I think you touched some live wire. Yes, Senator Kongo Mugen.
Mr. Speaker, so that we put this matter to rest, I've also been a guest for Senator Cherargei. The last time I was there to bury his grandmother, I saw elders introduce him as a young man. And they did tell us when we visited that they were earnestly looking for a wife for Cherargei. Mr. Speaker, so that this point is put to rest, Mr. Speaker, I would like to know when he married, the name of the wife, whether he also paid dowry, Mr. Speaker, because he is my friend, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to pay him a courtesy visit and welcome him to the club of elders, Mr. Speaker. Can he clarify to the House when the ceremonies were done and the name of the wife, Mr. Speaker?
Honorable Senators, I think the other young yonder from Kericho is aware that Senator Chelagei is a married man with a family. So, and also Senator Kajwang nodded and confirmed that he is aware. So, Senator Ende Okech, can proceed and withdraw the statement.
Mr. Speaker, in this House there's tradition that if you say any statement that is not statement of fact, you substantiate. So I think that, Mr. Speaker, I wish to substantiate partly and then we'll give you another chance to substantiate fully. Number one, Mr. Speaker, because Senator Chelagei is a faithful of the Catholic Church, if there is any matrimony he did, that he did must be public. And number two, Mr. Speaker, you have seen, wait, I haven't finished, you'll come. Mr. Speaker, you have seen when the defender, the Kalenjin Jurinjeke in this house, called Senator Cheriot, Mr. Speaker, when he was defending Senator Chelagei, you could see a ring on his finger. When my brother, Senator Mugeni, was defending Senator Chelagei, you could see a ring on his finger. If you look at the finger of Chelagei and my ring, they are the same, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Okech, there are different types of marriages.
The Speaker was coming to that.
Aware. So either you withdraw that, because the member requested that you must withdraw,
Mr.
so that you can make progress.
Mr. Speaker, I will substantiate if you give me a time next time, because I don't want it to be an issue. But I am appreciating him for being a senior bachelor.
I want you to go the route of withdrawing, because I don't want to put the family of Senator Chelagei into this dispute. It will be fair.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, that would be utterly out of sympathy for him, but not out of our regulations. So I will withdraw out of sympathy, but not out of regulations for Senator Chelagei.
Proceed and
thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a request of statement on the pollution of rivers Kuja and River Migori due to gold mining in Migori County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the degradation and pollution of rivers Kuja and River Migori arising from artisanal and large-scale gold mining activities in Migori County. Mr. Speaker, sir, these rivers are vital for the domestic use, irrigation, fishing, livestock, and livelihoods, yet mine waste, tailings, and chemical pollution continue to threaten water quality, ecosystems, public health, and socioeconomic well-being of the residents. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, in the statement, the committee should address the following: the extent of pollution in rivers Kuja and River Migori based on water quality assessments by NEMA and the Water Resources Authority, the state of Department for Mining and other relevant agencies over the last 5 years, including sources, nature of pollutants, and compliance with national water standards. Secondly, measures taken to regulate mining activities and enforce environmental laws, including inspections, compliance with environmental impact assessment and audit requirements, actions against illegal mining, restoration orders, license, suspension or revocation, and prosecution of operators responsible for pollution. Thirdly, interventions to safeguard affected communities, including provision of safe alternative water resources by the county government, regular water quality monitoring, public health surveillance, advisories, and support for farmers, fishermen, and livestock keepers whose livelihoods have been adversely affected. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, the committee should address the government's long-term strategy for restoring and protecting the two rivers, including rehabilitation of degraded areas, reclamation of abandoned mining sites, management of mine waste and tailings, restoration of riparian ecosystems, and enhanced coordination between national and county government to promote environmentally sustainable mining. Mr. Speaker, I have two more statements. My second one, Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, is a statement on the state of emergency obstetric care at Migori County Referral Hospital. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standard Committee on Health on a matter of, again, Migori County-wide concern regarding the state of emergency obstetric care in Migori. Mr. Speaker, sir, this follows the tragic deaths of Mrs. Immaculate Wanjiru, a 24-year-old mother who died at Migori County Referral Hospital on 22nd June 2026 after being referred from a single dispensary in critical condition following a severe obstetric emergency. In the statement, the committee should address the following: the circumstances surrounding the death of Ms. Immaculate Wanjiru, including the timeline of the referral process from a single dispensary to Migori County Referral Hospital, and where the emergency of the newborn care protocols were done and followed, the status and findings of the maternal and perinatal death surveillance and response investigations, including the recommendations and any administrative, disciplinary, or legal action taken against persons found culpable, the preparedness and capacity of Migori County's maternal health care system to address such emergencies, and lastly, Mr. Speaker, the measures by the County Government of Migori and the Ministry of Health to reduce preventable maternal deaths, implementing the MPD as air recommendations, and publicly report the findings and actions arising from the interventions into the deaths of Mrs. Wanjiru. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, actually, Mr. Speaker, this one I'd actually read. I don't know why it has been approved again. So I'll leave it at that.
Actually, you have
those
two
two
statements which you have read.
Thank you.
Senator S. Okenyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a statement on the decentralization of medical assessment services for persons with disability. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare on a matter of national concern regarding the decentralization of medical assessment services for persons with disabilities. Mr. Speaker, sir, despite digitization of the application process, the mandatory requirement for medical assessment report from designated health facilities remain a major obstacle, particularly for PWDs in rural areas and those with severe physical disabilities. The high cost of mobility and logistical challenges have excluded many from accessing certificates, thereby denying them critical benefits such as assistive devices, educational support, tax reliefs, and social protection programs. In the statement, the committee should address the following. One, the county level figures vis-a-vis the national registered number of persons with disabilities in each county and the steps being taken to bridge the gap in statistics, including specific details on the following. A, any joint efforts between the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection, the National Council for Persons with Disabilities, and other government institutions to decentralize and bring medical assessment services closer to PWDs, particularly in rural and marginalized areas. B, efforts by the government to undertake periodic outreach programs to facilitate medical assessment for PWDs, especially those with mobility challenges in underserved, far-flung areas, and strategies to establish permanent medical assessment centers in the said areas. and the steps being taken to simplify the registration process for PWDs. Secondly, the measures to ensure that no PWD is denied access to government incentives and reliefs accruing from PWDs for failure to obtain disability certificate, particularly where they have faced apparent challenges in the registration process. Thank you, Speaker.
Senator Samson Chalgay.
Mr. Speaker, I don't know why the senior bachelor is sitting next to Senator Ogola. Mr. Speaker, let me read my statements. There are two. One, and Senator Ogola is happily married. The Senate requests for statement on the employment terms of long-serving contract nurses at Mathari National Teaching and Referral Hospital. Mr. Speaker, sir, I raise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare on a matter of national concern regarding the employment terms of long-serving contract nurses at Mathari National Teaching and Referral Hospital. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Ministry of Health has over the years engaged nurses on contractual terms to support the delivery of specialized mental health care at Mathari National Teaching and Referral Hospital. However, representations by affected nurses indicate that a number of them have remained on successive 3-month contracts since June 2021, despite performing duties of permanent and continuous nature alongside permanent and pensionable nurses, with concern also being raised regarding disparities in remuneration, Mr. Speaker, and salaries. Mr. Speaker, in the statement, the committee should address the following: the number of nurses serving on contract at Mathari National Teaching and Referral Hospital, the duration and terms of their respective engagements, and the reasons for retaining them on successive short-term contracts. Number two, a comparison of remuneration, risk allowances, extraneous allowances, other benefits between contract nurses and those on permanent and pensionable terms with justification for any disparities. Mr. Speaker, number three, the policy and criteria governing the absorption of long-serving contract nurses into permanent and pensionable employment, including recognition of their years of service for purposes of career progression and other employment benefits. And finally, Mr. Speaker, the compliance of the current contractual arrangements with the Constitution, the Employment Act of 2007, the Labor Relations Act of 2007, and other applicable laws, including the measures to address identified gaps while protecting nurses from intimidation or victimization. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on this statement, the measures by the Ministry of Health, the Public Service Commission, the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, and other relevant agencies to resolve the employment concerns and establish a sustainable employment framework for long-serving contract healthcare workers in a national referral hospital. Mr. Speaker, on my final statement, request for a statement on the persistent water shortage in Wajir County. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor, Environment and Natural Resources on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the persistent water shortage affecting the residents of Wajir. Mr. Speaker, sir, Article 43(1)(d) of the Constitution of Kenya guarantees every person right to clean and safe water in adequate quantities. Despite this guarantee, the residents of Wajir County continue to face persistent water shortages, leaving many households without reliable access to clean water and exposing them to serious health and economic and social challenges. The crisis has disrupted livelihoods and raised concerns about adequacy of emergency intervention, sustainability of existing water supply systems, and accountability in the use of public resources allocated to the water sector. In the statement, the committee should address the following: the extent of water shortage in Wajir County, including the number of affected households, the most affected sub-counties, wards, and villages, and the underlying causes of crisis. Number three, Mr. Speaker, the immediate intervention by the national and county governments to provide affected residents with clean and reliable water, and the long-term measures to ensure sustainable water access, including development and rehabilitation of water infrastructure, groundwater development, water harvesting, and climate-resilient water supply systems. Mr. Speaker, number 4, the measures to mitigate by both the county and national government the humanitarian, health, socio-economic impact of water shortage, particularly on women, children, older persons, and persons living with disabilities. Mr. Speaker, the funds, number 4, the funds allocated and expended by the national and county governments on water supply and infrastructure projects in Wajir County over the last 5 financial years, 2021-2022 up to 2025-2026 by both the county and national government. The implementation status of each project and the measures taken to ensure transparency, accountability, and proper utilization of public funds, including any audits, investigations, or corrective actions being undertaken. Mr. Speaker, and finally, the mechanisms established to strengthen coordination between the national and county government of Wajir in the planning, financing, and implementation of water projects to prevent the recurrence of water shortages in the area. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I beg for your indulgence on a matter that has troubled me for a while now this week. And Senator Cherargei, while reading his statement, has reminded me of that issue. This House, Mr. Speaker, is guided by standing orders. And where standing orders don't expressly provide for a matter, we are guided for by traditions. And you know that fairly well, Mr. Speaker. It is a tradition of this House, Mr. Speaker, that matters of a particular county are left to the elected senator of that particular county. You've just had Senator Cherargei, Mr. Speaker, seek a statement on matters to do with Wajir County, and Senator Abbas is here. Earlier this week, there was a statement by, I think, Senator Sifuna with regards to something in Taita Taveta, and things like that, Mr. Speaker, and Kajiado. Mr. Speaker, that, though it is not expressly provided for in our standing orders, the traditions of this House have always been that there is that collegiality and respect among its colleagues that if you have something that is of interest to you, you first refer to the area senator to understand that matter before you seek it. Because for obvious reasons, Mr. Speaker, yet I see a trend coming up where your office approves statements by senators on matters that are over and above their area of jurisdiction, so to speak, Mr. Speaker. I would wish that that is something you may not have to respond immediately, but something that you may want to reflect upon, Mr. Speaker. You now was willing to allow that leverage, because you know this House has presidential candidates, Mr. Speaker, but I've come to realize they are not very serious, Mr. Speaker, because I watched another one being asked what is their plan for the country. They said, you know, I'm a lawyer, I'll hire experts to tell me what I need to do. So, Mr. Speaker, can we just be allowed to do our work as senators and leave it at that? This business that is being introduced is not good for us amongst ourselves as colleagues. Otherwise, if I bring a statement tomorrow about Homa Bay, what will the people say about Senator Kajwang? Of course, it will be translated as if there's an abdication of responsibility from his part. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Comment on the statements is we are yet to get there. So what I want to do now is to request the majority leader to read the statement under 57.1. The matter that has been raised by the majority leader, as he requested, the chair will give a thought about it and direct the House on the way forward. Can you read the statement and then I can decide what to do?
Then Juricheke has decided, so members, you And Mr. Speaker, my comments do not in any way mean that our colleagues who are nominated, they understand their constituency, Mr. Speaker. You present a statement You represent Kenya, so you can.
Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
Yes.
Can you have your seat now? Because I can see you are not intended to give the statement now. Okay, honorable senators, I want to make these two communications. I wish to acknowledge in the public gallery presence of the four elders and members of the PCEA Church in Nyeri County on invitation of the Senator for Nyeri County. They are seated in the public gallery. On behalf of the Senate and on my behalf, I welcome them and wish them a fruitful visit to the Senate. Let me read also this one. This is a visiting delegation of committee members from Kideno Housing Cooperative Society Limited from Meru County. I would like to acknowledge the presence of a visiting delegation of committee members of Kideno Cooperative Society Limited from Meru County, who are seated in the public gallery. The delegation is visiting the Senate for an academic exposition, also to learn maybe the working of the Senate. On behalf of the Senate and on my behalf, I extend a warm welcome to the delegation and wish them a fruitful visit. I thank you. Now, honorable senators, one of the delegation in the public gallery comes from from not even Meru County, but this is the cooperative which made me to go to school through Coffee Society. So this is just from my village, from where I come from. So I really want to also welcome them and also the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, the elders who are here. But I will give the majority leader and the senator for Nyeri. Then start the Senator Wamatinga.
Asante sana mstahiki Spika. Siku ya leo nina furaha tele kwa sababu nawakaribisha washirika kanisa ambalo nanisoma, Women Guild. Mstahiki Spika, safari hii tulipanga na washirika Women's Guild kutoka Monyo Parish wakati nilikuwa nimeenda kwa siku yao ya kusherehekea siku ya Women Guild, na nikawaahidi nitawaleta hapa jumba la Seneti ndipo waweze kuona vile sisi tunaendesha biashara ya miswada na kuwakilisha wa Kenya na sana sana kutetea ugatuzi. Ningeomba nichukue fursa hii kuwakaribisha hapa, na nadhani watapakarudi nyumbani, mstahiki Spika, wataenda kueleza yule seneta ambaye walimchagua anawakilisha vilivyo hapa Seneti, na tunaendelea kutetea ugatuzi, na niwatakie wanaporudi nyumbani safari njema. Asante sana mstahiki Spika kwa kunipa nafasi.
So under 1 minute, Senator Murango, I know you are passionate on coffee. Under 1 minute, kindly.
Asante sana mstahiki Spika. Kwanza ningetaka kuwakaribisha wanachama chama cha ushirika cha Kideno. Na kwanza niwapongeze pia kwa sababu uzao la kahawa ni muhimu sana katika nchi hii. Na mumeweza kutoa seneta ambayo anatuongoza hapa Spika, na ambaye ni mwelendi na ako na tajriba ya juu. Niseme ya kwamba bunge la Seneti ilipitisha sheria muhimu sana ya kahawa ambayo iliwekwa sahihi na Rais wa Kenya, ambayo itasaidia sana wanaolima kahawa kuhakikisha kwamba hawatumii vibaya na wakiritimba ambao maingilia kahawa. Kwa hivyo ningemwomba mnapoenda nyumbani mjue ya kwamba sehemu mnayoshikilia katika vyama vya ushirika ni muhimu sana kwa Kenya nzima hii. Asante sana mstahiki Spika.
Yes, Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I assume I'm supposed to welcome the delegation first before the statement. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it will be wrong if I ignore the very beautiful mothers of ours that are here from the Nyeri Women's Guild team. They look lovely, and Mr. Speaker, I must congratulate our colleague, Senator Wamatinga, for inviting the distinguished ladies from Nyeri County to visit with us this afternoon and get to see us as we transact our business. I want to tell them they have a great leader in Senator Commissioner Wahome Wamatinga, and they should continue to support him because he means well for the people of Nyeri. Mr. Speaker, the second group that you have invited here, Kithino Housing Cooperative Society, we have to applaud and appreciate them. If this is the cooperative that made you go to school, Mr. Speaker, then we must tell them that their money never went to waste, Mr. Speaker, because we have an able deputy speaker in you, a strong leader from the Meru community, Mr. Speaker, and a leader for the future. I want to ask, Mr. Speaker, that these cooperative members give us a secret. I don't know why, Mr. Speaker, but I have learned something, that Meru County has very strong cooperative movement. I have seen this one. I know also in the milk sector, the best leading cooperative comes from Meru County. So maybe, Mr. Speaker, later you will tell Senator Cherargei, myself, and even Senator Kinyua, who I'm not sure has such strong cooperative movements from their county, Mr. Speaker, what is the secret? I don't know. I was just thinking, Mr. Speaker, is it because that the Meru people don't allow anybody to joke with their money? And if you go near it, Mr. Speaker, they administer instant justice the way they do to Mira thieves, Mr. Speaker. Maybe that's, if that is a secret, you need to tell us so that we know. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, when they go back home, they should tell the people of Meru that this house is properly constituted. When a matter is brought before us, we consider the merits of the matter based on the evidence that has been brought before us. I know there is a lady who has been going around Nyeri saying very bad things about you and this house, Mr. Speaker. They must go back and report that we have told them, Mr. Speaker, that based on the evidence that was presented by the County Assembly of Meru, it is on that reason that Governor Kawera Mwangaza was impeached and not any other reason and those drama that he does. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I finally...
Now proceed and lead the statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sorry. Number 57.1, to present the business for the week that commences 4th of August, 2026. The status of legislative business before the Senate is as follows, Mr. Speaker. There are 55 bills that are pending conclusion, of which 37 are at the second reading, 17 are at the committee of the whole, and 1 is awaiting the first reading. 14 motions are pending conclusion. There are 23 petitions, Mr. Speaker, that are pending before the various standing committees of the House, Mr. Speaker, out of which 18 are already due for reporting. Mr. Speaker, members have also brought 560 statements before the House that are being handled by the various committees of this House. It is my hope that the proper response will be brought before the House, Mr. Speaker, so that we consider and conclude on those matters. At the sitting of the Senate on Tuesday, the 4th of August, the tentative business for the day will include business that we will not have concluded on today's order paper, as well as business that is indicated in the order paper of that particular day. The tentative business for Wednesday, 5th of August 2026, will include questions to the Cabinet Secretaries as approved by the SBC, as well as motions. The questions include questions to the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Mining, and Mr. Speaker, yesterday you directed that the Cabinet Secretary for ICT appears next week as well on Wednesday the 5th to respond to the statement they were supposed to respond to yesterday when they requested that it be varied by 1 more week. The tentative business for the afternoon sitting on Wednesday, 5th August, will also include business that will not have been concluded on Tuesday. There are various bills, including the AFA bill, the County Government's Amendment, Kenya Health Product Technology, Mr. Speaker, as well as many other bills. We have motions that are before us, and I'd wish to urge the members that are sponsoring those particular motions, Mr. Speaker, to avail themselves in the House for considerations of those bills and motions so that we conclude. It is important, Mr. Speaker, that the honorable senators to recall that the Senate is scheduled to proceed on a month-long recess at the rise of the House next week on Thursday, 6th of August 2026, in accordance with our calendar. I therefore once again want to urge honorable members to be available in the House at least for the 3 days next week so that we can conclude as much business as possible before we proceed for the long recess, Mr. Speaker, to attend to the more pressing needs, Mr. Speaker, of our constituents. Mr. Speaker, I thank you and do hereby lay the statement. I thank you.
I have exactly 10 minutes. I can allow a few members to make brief comments. Honourable Senators, I've been listening to members of this House. When you are giving a comment on a statement, you are not supporting the statement, but giving a comment, which you can do within 2 minutes. But the members are taking 5-10 minutes to give their comments. I support, which is not the case. You just give a comment on that statement. So I want to give few members
Who is inside there? Senator Mutinda.
Senator Mutinda, under 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'll try to utilize the 2 minutes and arise to support one of the statements by Senator Lelego in regards to the issue of casual employees who have not really been paid their dues and paid their dues on time. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support because I want to really bring about the issue of many other employees who are facing such kind of issues. A case example is an issue that has been brought to my attention in regards to retired teachers whose pension up to date, Mr. Speaker, has not been sorted for the longest period of time. They brought petitions in and out, and I would want to urge that the Committee of Labour that will be dealing with this matter to cut across all other pending matters of dues. I've seen also the statement by Senator Wakoli in regards to allowances for the healthcare workers, Mr. Speaker. It's the same issue, allowances not being paid. It's the high time the Labour Committee would look at the issues of pension, issues of allowances in a broader perspective. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, on the issues of permanent and pensionable employment, I am referencing in regards to the UHC workers, Mr. Speaker. This House passed the County Additional Allocation Bill, which had 8.6 billion for our UHC workers, Mr. Speaker. And the Senate did its part, Mr. Speaker, but we saw a very big outcry for our UHC workers who claimed that they needed to be employed permanently and pensionably because for the longest period of time, they've really, been on contract, Mr. Speaker. So issues of workers is an issue that cuts across many institutions and should come to an end, and would really want the Committee of Labour to fasten this. With those few, Mr. Speaker, I support.
Senator Kajwang Moses.
Mr. Speaker, the statement request by Senator Professor Jenda, in my view, is what needs to concern this nation. Professor Jenda is asking for county government of Kisumu's intervention on unemployment within that county. Mr. Speaker, youth unemployment is not just a county problem, it is a national problem. And current interventions that we have put in place around internships, around empowerment programs, around provision of grants like Nyota, Mr. Speaker, those just scratch the surface. They will not provide the long-lasting solutions that we need. I want to encourage the team led by Professor Nyong'o that is putting together a new vision for Kenya to start a conversation on industrial policy. And we ask ourselves as a country, what is it that we want to achieve economically and socially for our people? Mr. Speaker, our new vision must be a private sector-led growth strategy. The government, both national and county, can employ just about 1 million or 1.5 million people. What happens to the rest of the citizens? Mr. Speaker, small and medium enterprises must be empowered. And when we talk about private sector, we are not talking about the big banks, Equity, KCB, etc. We are talking about the small players who are able to create employment opportunities for people. How India grew, how India industrialized, using the small and medium enterprises. Mr. Speaker, government cannot be an employer. Government can only be an enabler. Government can only provide the environment for enterprises to thrive, and as they thrive, they can create employment opportunities. Mr. Speaker, what businesses are complaining about in this economy is uncertainty. We had a fish processing plant in Koguna Beach in Homa Bay County. Mr. Speaker, it was the only fish processor on the Homa Bay side of Lake Victoria. They shut down due to uncertainties related to taxes and tariffs that keep changing every day. They shut down due to high energy prices. They shut down due to a dilapidated infrastructure, which made it more expensive for them to get goods to the market. Mr. Speaker, we need to address the cost of energy in this country, and that is why within the Climate Caucus we've been talking about going green, clean energy, using renewables, and reducing the cost of energy arising from thermal power sources. So, Mr. Speaker, I hope that the committee dealing with this matter will go beyond Kisumu County and look at what the government, current and future governments, irrespective of political party, must do. Because if we do not address youth unemployment, it is a ticking time bomb. Mr. Speaker, if you look at your gallery, there are hundreds of children who have come here today to see how the Senate works. We must ensure that we give them that certainty, we give them a promise that once they are done with school, they'll be able to get jobs. But let me advise them that the jobs will not necessarily come from government. What we must do as a Senate is to be the generation that laid the foundation for a private sector to thrive, for a private sector to grow, for our children to be innovators, for our children to be entrepreneurs in their own right. Mr. Speaker, I do hope that the committee will broaden their inquiry and their consideration onto those matters and see how government can provide an enabling environment for job creation for our children.
Senator Mwenda Kataya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to comment on the statement by Senator Professor Senior Counsel Tom Ojenda on the level of unemployment in this country, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this statement is not confined in Kisumu. It's a national disaster, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think we need to have a very, very, very clear dispensation as a country. We need to have some very clear policies, Honorable Speaker, because we are producing every other year. We are producing young people from universities, from tertiary colleges, from other institutions in the job market, which is not there. Honorable Speaker, I've captioned my good friend Senator Kajwang say that the government cannot, it's not the only source of employment, which is very true, Honorable Speaker. We need to encourage very good systems where we are supposed to have a good atmosphere for investors. We need, Honorable Speaker, to create some policies where we are supposed to take factories and industries to rural areas so that those boys and girls can be absorbed, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, yesterday we were discussing something about Ngunism. Even, Honorable Speaker, most of those young people that you find throwing stones in the streets, even in those political rallies, they are very vulnerable, Honorable Speaker, because they are jobless. That's why they are induced by small tokens here and there, by people who want to take advantage of their unemployment, Honorable Speaker. So this is an issue that as a country, as a nation, we are supposed to address thoroughly and make sure that it's not something that we are supposed to let go. We are sitting on a time bomb, Honorable Speaker. I think this is an issue that we are supposed to discuss on a very, very serious platform, and I hope the government is going to address those issues and make sure that our young people and young girls who are graduating from various colleges, tertiary colleges, major universities, and so many people who have dropped off from school get their formal employment and earn a living. Honorable Speaker, that's a statement that cuts across counties, and I'm very sure that the government must be on top of things to make sure that our young people get jobs. Thank you.
Senator Andy Okech.
Mr. Speaker, I want to support the statement by the good senator from Kisii, Senator Ezio Kenyuri, on the decentralization of medical assessment services for persons with disability. Mr. Speaker, this is a very serious issue because if you look at the kind of services that people living with disability are facing in the counties, Mr. Speaker, to the extent of even the issues of SHA, Mr. Speaker, it has been a very bad situation. Recently in Migori County, myself together with, or rather the MP of Kuria East and myself were going through an exercise of trying to get out all disability, people living with disability in Kuria East out of their houses and trying to see whether they can be able to get some medical support. And Mr. Speaker, we were very surprised that these people don't have any kind of support system in accessing Medicare. And Mr. Speaker, the worst thing is that above disability, when they are faced with some chronic diseases, Mr. Speaker, that gets to them and makes it even more difficult, Mr. Speaker, with their disabilities, they don't even have the resources, Mr. Speaker, to be able to get any kind of attention and any kind of proper Medicare, Mr. Speaker. And there is just no outreach programs that can make sure that they can get some of these programs that the government has to be able to support them. We know, for instance, Mr. Speaker, very well that things like SHA that I've seen a number of members of this House misguiding the nation on, you know that if you look at the SHA contributions, the contributions are done by a fewer people, and the bulk of those people who are contributing, Mr. Speaker, are paying about 500 shillings. But the registration has been open to so many people beyond what NHIF used to do. So that, Mr. Speaker, you realize that without proper diagnostics done to these people, like people living with disability, early enough to avoid things like dealing with chronic ailments, then you end up having these bigger bills that a normal person might sometimes struggle to raise money here and there. Maybe it's a cancer situation or surgery situation to deal with. But somebody living with disability who has got no any source of income cannot go and do any kind of work, Mr. Speaker. When they are found in a place where preventive care did not take place, Mr. Speaker, they even get heaped into bigger problems, Mr. Speaker. So this is a very serious issue, Mr. Speaker, that I hope that this committee will make sure that we make it easier to identify people from the houses, get them out from embarrassment that sometimes they face in the society, that they can come out and show their disability. But most importantly, Mr. Speaker, even enhancing registration in even those opportunities such as SHA, Mr. Speaker. So I find this a very good statement, and I hope that it will be fast-tracked to allow people living with disability, Mr. Speaker, to get the right care that they need. I support, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Commissioner Joyce Korir.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I just want to comment on the statement by Senator Tom Ojenda on the issue of unemployment in this country, Honorable Speaker. The issue of unemployment among our youths is something that is affecting this country, Honorable Speaker. And I want to say that if we would have taken this as a challenge between the national government and the county government, Honorable Speaker, we will be able to address this, because if the county governments will be in a position to embrace industrialization, Honorable Speaker, a number of these youths could have been observed and be given room also to do the innovation and the entrepreneurship, Honorable Speaker. I want to thank the government in one way or another because of some of the few programs that they have started. For example, the Nyota program. It might not be a long-lasting program, but I want to say that at the end of the day, at least it's giving room to the youth and even the issues of internship, Honorable Speaker. But I want to say that if we could embrace as the leaders and give room to the youth, especially the statutory instruments that we have in terms of giving them the opportunities on procurables, the 30% that has been set aside, which has been stipulated in the Constitution, if we could be observing this in either levels of the governments, either the national government or the county governments, I want to say, Honorable Speaker, a number of our youth would have been empowered, and they would not be being hired by the two divide in terms of goonism and practicing drug abuse and a number of phases that are affecting their lives, Honorable Speaker. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, I would also want to say that I want to comment on the statement that has been raised by Senator Okenyuri on the issue of persons living with disability. I think the biggest challenge that the committee has to look into is the registration of these persons living with disability, which the process takes long. A period of around 1 year, Honorable Speaker. For them to be able to access the SHA, to be able to access the stipends from the government, to be able to get the assistive devices, they have to be registered. And this is the problem that we are facing in this country, because when you go deep in the grassroots, Honorable Speaker, you find a number of them are not registered, and you can find a number of them languishing in poverty, Honorable Speaker. So the only thing that I would want to request is that the committee should look into this and make sure that the personnel are sent to the ground to make sure that all these people are brought to the book. I think, Honorable Speaker, I've been raising this issue of person living with disability on a number of times, because I want to tell you, Honorable Speaker, if you go to their families and you see the way they are living, you will understand the kind of challenges that they are going through. Sometimes you go for a meeting, and even transportation alone is a challenge, because they cannot even, some of them cannot even sit on borders. They even cannot afford the transport, Honorable Speaker. So the ministry should look into a way of making sure that these registrations are done at the grassroots level, so that at the end of the day, we know the exact number of the persons living with disability, and also segregate to an extent that we have the exact number of the vulnerable, the most vulnerable, who are supposed to be assisted, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, I just want to say that I will ask the committee to act with speed and make sure that this issue is addressed. Thank you.
Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to contribute to and comment on the issue of Senator Cherargei on the water shortage in Wajir. Honorable Speaker, you know, we don't need to act like, you know, hired guns in this Senate. That the respective senator of Wajir is here and able to bring his own statements. Wajir, of course, the whole country has a water problem everywhere. Even Nairobi, we are using water boozers. But one thing I can tell you, Wajir experiences water shortage every time, from time to time, like any other part of the country. The county and the national government have drilled 600 boreholes. And every now, as we talk, the dams have been scoped and have been drilled. Have been done. There are so many dams. However, water is never enough at any one given time. And water shortage is there, I don't deny it. But it has not reached a stage where we call in for the support of the likes of Honorable Cherargei to tell us the issues of Wajir. And I think it's not appropriate for our colleagues to undermine other colleagues in this house. And the house must bring something to an order. That members should not, at least if somebody is being told to, this is a time for elections. If you want to attain the image of other colleagues, then that's going to be very unfortunate. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, I want this of the Speaker to make a ruling that members shall not undermine their colleagues in the houses. And they shall not be there as guidance for hire. Because I know this is not out of Cherargei's wish. It must have been used by other influences. With those few remarks, I want to tell my colleague, with all due respect, I want him to apologize on that.
Honorable Senators, I want us to go to the next one. You know, I give you 10 minutes, but you have really surpassed that time. Senator Kajwang, what is your point of honor?
Mr. Speaker, you'll just indulge me because Senator Abbas has sat down, but I just wanted it to be, for us to remind ourselves that we are senators of the Republic of Kenya, that despite needs and issues coming from specific counties, let us look at ourselves as senators of the Republic of Kenya, such that if there is any discomfort, and Mr. Speaker, you chair the liaison committee, those are things that can be addressed at different levels at the point of approval of the statements, so that we do not speak on the floor as if we are casting aspersions on colleagues. But every senator here, including even the nominated senators, have got the power constitutionally to defend and represent the interest of each of the 47 county governments. I just wanted to, I understand the concern of Senator Abbas, but it should not sound as if we are imputing improper motives or calling each other guns for hire. And I respect Senator Abbas tremendously, but it should not be on record that we are accusing each other of ill motives. Mr. Speaker, you can guide us in the liaison committee accordingly on that matter.
When the matter was raised by the majority leader, I think the chair will reflect on that matter because it was raised also yesterday by Senator Mwaruma. So it is a matter that really needs some thoughts put on it. Senator Mudama, last.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You are a victim of circumstances, so there is... Senator Mudama, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to comment on two statements, one from Senator Morango and Senator Okenyuri. Mr. Speaker, on this statement of stalled projects, it's really bad across the country because, Mr. Speaker, you'll find that if an outgoing governor has stalled projects or uncompleted projects, the incoming governor, most of them never complete those stalled projects and they remain uncompleted, and this is money of the citizens which is going into waste. Mr. Speaker, I'll give an example of Machakos County. I have a stadium by the name Kinyui Stadium, Mavoko Stadium, and Masip Stadium, and so many other stalled projects of dispensaries, you know, a lot of projects which are stalled there, which go from 2013 to date, Mr. Speaker, which is not completed, and money should be allocated to such projects to be completed. On Okenyuri's statement, Mr. Speaker, about the PWDs, it is true across the country, PWDs are really suffering because they should get those identities, cards, to show that they are PWDs, so that even when they are traveling, they can travel freely. When they go to register SHA, they are identified, but majority of them are even being asked to pay for this SHA, and yet they have no money. Those people who take care of them, even at home, Mr. Speaker, face a lot of suffering, especially the parents, because if it is a total PWD child, that mother will be forced to remain in the house to take care of that child and to protect that child in case of anything. And you find that they cannot even go and work, and then they cannot provide for them, and you find that even medically they are required to provide for them. Mr. Speaker, I support these statements, and I say that the Ministry of Health should dispatch doctors to the ground to go and assess the extent of PWD so that they can issue the cards for them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next on the clerk.
Order number 8, motion, reconstitution of select committees of the Senate.
Order number 8 is deferred. Next order.
Order number 9, the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bills number 61 of 2022, second reading, division.
Honorable Senators, I want to reorganize the business as appearing in the order paper. So business appearing as number 9 to 16. All these need division, so they are defined. We go to order number 17.
Order number 17, the Public Service Internship Bill, National Assembly Bills number 63 of 2022, second reading.
The majority leader, I can't see him around. Maybe we defer that business.
Order number 18, the Street Naming and Property Addressing System Bill, Senate Bills number 43 of 2024, second reading.
Similarly, Senator Fatuma Duro is supposed to move this business, but she's not here, so I defer also that business.
Order number 19, the Artificial Intelligence Bill, Senate Bills number 4 of 2026, second reading.
Senator Mwenda Kataya approves the chair. So Honorable Senators, business appearing as order number 19 and 20 is defunct. Go to the next order. Senator Catherine Muma.
Order number 21, motion, report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the conferment of city status to Thika municipality.
Senator Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that the Senate adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the conferment of the city status to Thika municipality laid on the table of this Senate on Wednesday, 15th July 2026, and that pursuant to sections 8(6) of the Urban Areas and Cities Act approves the conferment of the city status to Thika municipality. Mr. Speaker, via a letter dated 24th June 2025 and referenced CAK 1-1910, Volume 210, the Clerk of the County Assembly of Kiambu conveyed to the Clerk of the Senate the resolution of the County Assembly to adopt the report of the ad hoc committee recommending the conferment of the city status to Thika municipality, along with the letter transmitting the resolution of the County Assembly. The County Government of Kiambu forwarded the following reports. A, the report of the ad hoc committee constituted to consider and make recommendations on the conferment of the city status to Thika municipality, and B, the report of the County Assembly Committee on County Planning and Urbanization on its consideration and approval of the report submitted by the ad hoc committee. At its sitting held on Tuesday, 15th July 2025, the Speaker of the Senate issued a communication by way of message to the House pursuant to Standing Order 48.3 of the Senate Standing Orders transmitting the resolution of the County Assembly of Kiambu to confer the status of city to Thika municipality. The Speaker then referred the matter to the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations. Mr. Speaker, the committee considered the provisions of the Urban Areas and Cities Act, Cap 275, that guided the application for conferment of city to municipalities, and analyzed the reports submitted by the County Government of Kiambu to ascertain compliance with the provisions of the Act. The committee invited the County Government of Kiambu to make oral submissions and to provide any additional information to the application on the application for conferment of city to Thika municipality. The Governor of Kiambu County, accompanied by the Thika Municipality Board, and the ad hoc committee on the application for conferment of city appeared before the committee on Thursday, 7th August 2025. The committee also wrote to the Office of the Auditor General to confirm the total revenue generated by Thika municipality from the financial year 2018-2019 to financial year 2024-2025. The committee also wrote to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics to confirm the total population of the municipality. The committee further wrote to the following stakeholders to seek their views on the matters: the National Lands Commission, the Thika Residents Association, Thika Small Traders Association, and Kiambu County Poultry Farmers Society, among others. Mr. Speaker, in addition to the aforementioned activities, in accordance with Article 118 of the Constitution, the committee published an advertisement in the Standard newspaper on 13th March 2026, inviting members of the public to submit any representations they may have on the matter by way of memoranda. The committee further invited members of the public to a public hearing that was held on Wednesday, 8th April 2026 at Mount Kenya University Graduation Pavilion in Thika. A detailed matrix of all submissions, including concerns raised and recommendations made, is annexed to the report at Annex 4. The committee also conducted a guided inspection of the various amenities and services provided by the municipality to ascertain compliance with the requirements of the first schedule of the Urban Areas and Cities Act Cap 275. The establishments inspected included Gatitu Road, Rosary Early Childhood Development Education Center, the Kiambu County Level 5, the Thika Stadium, the Mama Ngina People's Park, Thika Water and Sewage Company, Tiwasco, and Thika Fire Station. Additionally, the committee benefited from a comparative analysis of similarly positioned twin cities across other jurisdictions, taking into account Thika's position as in close proximity to Nairobi metropolitan region. Mr. Speaker, following the conclusion of these activities, the committee subjected the application for conferment of city to Thika municipality to the procedural requirements under Section 8 and under Section 8 of the Act Mr. Speaker, let me repeat this. From the foregoing, the committee finds that Thika municipality has complied with the procedural requirements under Section 8 of the Act and meets substantive criteria for conferment of city status set out under Section 5.1 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act, Cap 275. The committee observes that the conferment of the city status to Thika municipality will provide an important platform for accelerated development, improved service delivery, and enhanced local economic growth planning. Detailed observations of the committee are captured under Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 of our report. The committee therefore makes the following recommendations. A, that the Senate approves the conferment of city status to Thika municipality and the resolution of the Senate be transmitted to the President for the issuance of a charter pursuant to Section 7 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act, Cap 275. B, that noting the undertakings given by the county government of Kiambu in the course of the committee's inquiry to fully operationalize the facilities and services within the proposed city, the governor of Kiambu County submits to the Senate within 90 days of the conferment of city status work plans for the following. 1, the full operationalization of the public theater and the museum or interpretive center. 2, the enhancement of infrastructure and services within the residential estates, including road networks, drainage systems, flood mitigation, water supply coverage, and solid waste management in line with the matters raised by residents during the public participation process. And 3, the transmission to a smart waste management framework, including the full operationalization of the Kangoki Sanitary Engineered Landfill. Mr. Speaker, may I take this opportunity to commend the members of the committee for their diligence and commitment to duty throughout the consideration of this application. I also wish to thank the Office of the Speaker and the Clerk and the Senate for the support extended to the committee in undertaking this important assignment. Lastly, I wish to thank the team from Kiambu County, comprising of the governor and all his team, who engaged the committee at various stages and presented submissions on behalf of the county, provided verifications of anything we wanted to verify, as well as all the stakeholders and members of the public who attended the public participation in large numbers to engage the committee on this matter and share their views. Mr. Speaker, it is now my pleasure, pursuant to Standing Order 2284A, to present the report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relation on its consideration of the application for conferment of the city status to Thika municipality. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I wish to move this request that the House adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the application of conferment of city status to Thika municipality. I request Senator Eddie to second. Thank you.
Just a minute before you second, Senator Eddie, let me make this communication of a visiting delegation of teachers and students from Mogolwa Primary and Junior School in Baringo County. Honorable Senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence of a visiting delegation of 17 teachers and 81 students from Mogolwa Primary and Junior School in Baringo County, who are seated in the public gallery. The delegation is visiting the Senate for an academic exposition. On behalf of the Senate and on my behalf, I extend a warm welcome to the delegation and wish them a fruitful visit. Thank you. I can see the senator for Baringo is not here, so Senator Chaligay Samson, welcome the visitors under 1 minute. I know you can plan your wanding within 30 seconds, but I want you to utilize 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker,
for this purpose.
You know, since the caveat of where you come from, you must speak for where you come from. I don't know whether I have permission.
What?
To welcome, because I saw there is a gag order that if you don't come from that county, you are not supposed to speak about that county.
Is the chair who gave you the permission?
Okay, thank you for that permission. Now I'm safe. Mr. Speaker, let me join you and the Senate in welcoming the school from Baringo County. They should feel most welcome. They should learn as much as possible. Baringo is part of the North Rift counties, and I have a special linkage to Baringo because my brother is married a beautiful lady from Baringo. Baringo is our home. Baringo has very sweet meat, and it is, by the way, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, Baringo produced the second president of the Republic of Kenya, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Yeah, so, and we are proud. So we wish them well as they go back. And may the good Lord bless them. We love you and we wish you well. Go and work very hard. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. Senator Andy Okech, proceed and second the motion.
Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I want to second this motion. And in seconding, also I want to commend the Intergovernmental Relations, the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations. I think this is chaired by Senator Abbas. And of course, vice chaired by the able Speaker's panel member, Senator Muma. Mr. Speaker, when a committee does a good job, it really delights me. And I want to thank them and also commend them for a good job they have done, together with all the members of the committee. Even in the presentation that has been put here by Senator Muma, it's actually very impressive, Mr. Speaker. Because, Mr. Speaker, the idea of the Urban Areas and Cities Act was not an idea to establish municipalities and cities as another level of government, the way they used to be before. It was there to introduce urban areas and cities as a potential revenue generating stream, as well as a channel of service to the people through these devolved units. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, if you read the Urban Areas and Cities Act, you will realize that the relationship that was intended in the Urban Areas and Cities Act, and also at Article 184 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, was that which was to establish municipalities and cities to be an agency to county governments in terms of service delivery, and further to be able to enable bolstering what we would call on-source revenue, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in my time as the Vice Chair of CPIC, I've had interactions time without number with Thika municipality, of course through the honor of the Governor, Governor Matangi of Kiambu. And Mr. Speaker, this is one of those municipalities that has been run in the proper way as required by the Urban Areas and Cities Act, Mr. Speaker. Because the requirement of Urban Areas and Cities Act, Mr. Speaker, has always been that we can be able to ensure that there is operational, fiduciary, and board autonomy in the service delivery that is required by municipalities, Mr. Speaker. That alone gives me the joy of indicating that we have witnessed the legal compliance by the Governor of Kiambu to make sure that Thika municipality is operating in a certain way that can allow it to grow into a city. And, Mr. Speaker, indeed it has grown. Even if we start by the way the city is run to the extent, I mean, the way the municipality is run, because the city will confer to Thika, we will confer it after voting, I think, in a couple of weeks. But if you look at the way the municipality has been run, first of all, the number of amenities that I've seen in this report are actually true, both in the report and in our interactions with the audit reports that we have had on the Thika municipality, Mr. Speaker, to the extent that those municipalities have attracted a certain kind of population to Thika that if you have to look at what would make a city, Thika municipality merit. Because, Mr. Speaker, under the Urban Areas and Cities Act, a municipality needs to have at least 250,000 people in the population. Because of good services in the municipalities of Thika, Mr. Speaker, can I tell you that today Thika has attracted a bigger population from Nairobi that is now working in the municipality of Thika to the tune of averaging 285,000 to 300,000, Mr. Speaker. Those are people who actually stay within the municipality of Thika. I haven't talked about people who actually commute from Nairobi, or commute from Embu, or commute from Karatina, all the way to Thika to work. This is a municipality that if you add all those numbers, during the day, you are getting to a number of about 600,000 people visiting Thika, both for work and for business. So in terms of population capacity alone, that good services in this municipality has created, this municipality merits to be a city. Mr. Speaker, another part of the city, because I've told you that when we look at the merit of the municipalities, Mr. Speaker, we look at the sustainability in terms of not only being an agency that can be a revenue generator to that particular county as an agency, but also being able to have a plowback mechanism that every single resources that are raised by that municipality can be plowed back to the sustainability of services of that municipality through the board of that municipality, Mr. Speaker. I am proud to say, Mr. Speaker, and this one I can say, Mr. Speaker, that other governors must learn from the Governor of Kiambu, Governor Matangi. Mr. Speaker, can you imagine that in the last 4 or 5 years, the governor
of Kiambu has pushed the financial resources, what I would call the on-source revenue of the Kiambu County, to nearly 2.5 billion and upwards of this amount, Mr. Speaker. And if you look at the spread, you find that Thika owns the bulk of the, Thika municipality owns the bulk of this on-source revenue, to the tune of about 55%, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, it's not only that. When you look at the data of Thika municipalities in the last 7 years, Thika municipality has been giving that county an average of about 6.5 billion to 7 billion in those particular years, Mr. Speaker. So it shows that this is a municipality that, if conferred upon the status of a city, with the good governance that we are seeing with the governor of Kiambu, Governor Wamatangi, Mr. Speaker, then it goes without saying that as a city, this city will end up producing so much resources that can sustain the OSR fight that we are seeking for counties to keep on bolstering, Mr. Speaker. This will be the engine that will give Kiambu County more revenues. Because, Mr. Speaker, we know that with this kind of conferment of a city to Thika municipality, the one thing that we'll see happening is not that it's not happening at the moment. Already we can see that Thika municipality has got a serious booming manufacturing culture and massive industries that are already in Thika. But now, if you confer a city to Thika, Mr. Speaker, you can imagine how the multiplier effect on this kind of industries are going to happen there, Mr. Speaker. We just saw a statement here from one of the senators, Mr. Speaker, about the menace of joblessness among our youths. If we are going to bolster the element of manufacturing, the element of industries, and now even the digital business space that is going to be in Thika, Mr. Speaker, you can see how a swath of young people who are within the cities surrounding Thika or towns surrounding Thika will find a home for economic empowerment and economic enrichment in Thika, Mr. Speaker. So I can see, Mr. Speaker, how we will be able to bolster the economic merit of this country through Thika City, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, that said, in this report, Mr. Speaker, apart from the amenities that have been shown in this report, Mr. Speaker, you just need to go to Thika municipality, Mr. Speaker, and see the work that has been done, even in terms of reducing security through proper lighting in the streets of Thika, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the reports that we have interacted with in our own committee, which complements, or rather would then supplement the report that Senator Bass has put together with his committee in this report, Mr. Speaker, the municipality of Thika has integrated more than 2,500 solar-powered streetlights and allocated about 500 million for urban walkways and non-motorized transport in a municipality, Mr. Speaker. If this is not commendable, Mr. Speaker, what is? What can a governor do, Mr. Speaker? If you can find that a governor has worked so hard together with the board of Thika municipality to have 2,500 solarized and solar-powered streetlights, and, Mr. Speaker, extended investment in walkways and extended investment in non-motorized transport, the bicycles that we are talking about in this country, Mr. Speaker, better than even Nairobi City, Mr. Speaker. They deserve this conferment, Mr. Speaker. If you want a city that will give us healthy living, where you can say that you're going to ride your bicycles to work, you're going to walk to work, and reduce, life challenges of unhealthy living, Mr. Speaker, that will be Thika City because of what the board has done. And, Mr. Speaker, even if you look at the benefits that we talk about strategic placement of a city, of course, all of us here are well conversed with the element of the Thika highway, Mr. Speaker. This excellent connectivity that you get between the northern corridor and the central Kenya through this, Thika Super Highway, and connecting the Thika Super Highway also connects Thika to one of the Africa's primate cities, Nairobi City, just makes it a timely report for us to consider, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to say, without any fear of contradiction or without any favor to Thika in particular, Mr. Speaker, that this is a very enriching report to our economic blueprint as a country. Because if you can work hard to adopt this report and go a mile further to confer a city status to Thika, Mr. Speaker, I can see how the merit of this country will go in empowering devolution, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you look at utility expansions in Thika municipality, I've actually been impressed, both by the agenda of the national government, that is the administration of President William Ruto, and working hand in hand with my brother, Governor Senator Wamatangi, Mr. Speaker. I have seen in Kiambu the expansion of utility infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, whereby Kariminu Dam, which has got storage capacity of about 70 million to 90 million cubic meters of guaranteed water supply, have been put together in this particular municipality. This one I've seen when I'm looking at the report in CPIC, Mr. Speaker. A dam that has got capacity of 70 million to 100 million. What that means, Mr. Speaker, is that, as I've told you, that if Thika municipality has got 300,000 households that are living there, 100,000 of them are connected to water services, Mr. Speaker. Where do you get these numbers across our country? Where do you get these numbers? If you look at some of our counties, Mr. Speaker, like where I come from in Migori County, we have got 4 municipalities. Migori has got 4 municipalities, Migori, Rongo, Awendo, and Kuria. And all those municipalities, Mr. Speaker, are barely struggling to access water. I have had to deal with a number of municipalities, Mr. Speaker, across this country in CPIC, that if you look at their status of water supply, if you look at all their WSPs, water supply providers, Mr. Speaker, they are barely having 50 to 40% of their revenue from water, meaning that they are producing 60 plus non-revenue water, Mr. Speaker. Yet there is a municipality in this country called Thika Municipality that has got water connectivity to 100,000 households out of its population of about 300,000, Mr. Speaker. Why would we delay this municipality from getting a city? Honorable Senators, I think that this is a timely report, a well-done report, and Mr. Speaker, even if you look at the element of hospitals, which forms a basis for healthy living, Mr. Speaker, Thika has got some of the most important hospitals, Mr. Speaker, that even the people who sometimes get sick from Nairobi depend on, Mr. Speaker. So I want to say, Mr. Speaker, that this is a good report, and it's a report that I hope that this House will appreciate the committee by simply doing one thing: conferring that city status to Thika municipality. And Mr. Speaker, you can imagine if we can do this year, and next year we have got something like the African Cup of Nations being played in this region, we can actually be able to empower Kiambu County to be a good story of one of the counties that through its cities, the way we did it in Eldoret, and when we took sports in Eldoret, Mr. Speaker, we took devolution to Eldoret, it bolstered the income, on-source revenue income of the county of Eldoret by over 15%. We can project that on-source revenue, Mr. Speaker, on Kiambu, but by probably even 30% in the next 1 year or 2 years alone, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, this kind of efforts by the Senate are some of the things that we must fight for to make sure that we advance these kind of conversations. Because within Nairobi alone, Mr. Speaker, where we're talking about a potential metropolis in places like Kajiado, I would want to see something like that happening in Kajiado, Mr. Speaker. Let people go to Machakos County, Mr. Speaker. Let this committee go to Machakos County, go to Kajiado, and do this kind of assessment, and then empower these municipalities that are within Nairobi County. Confer to them city status. Let them be autonomously run by city boards, Mr. Speaker. And you will see a booming economy through such effort as a Senate. Let us not shy away in giving the Urban Areas and Cities Act some breath and some life, Mr. Speaker. Because even if you look at Machakos County, Mr. Speaker, one of the biggest hallmark of what we call water service agencies, the Athi Water Works Agency, Mr. Speaker, is based in Machakos, Mr. Speaker. And more water that are being used in Nairobi come from Machakos. Part of it comes from Kajiado. Most of these projects that come from, that we see in Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, are empowered by Kajiado, Thika, and Kiambu at large, and Machakos. We must go to these places, Honorable Senator Abbas. Let's go to these places. Let's do an assessment, and let's come with those assessments and give these places city status, the status that they deserve, and we will see a booming economy in the devolution infrastructure, Mr. Speaker. With that, Mr. Speaker, I wish to second and support and appreciate the governor of Kiambu for the good work he has done, at least in the running of this municipality, and we will, as a Senate, hopefully respect, honor, and appreciate the people of Kiambu for their good effort of industry in Thika by giving them a Thika city in our sitting, perhaps this particular year. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, I propose the question that the Senate adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the conferment of city status to Thika municipality, laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, 15th of July, 2026, and that pursuant to Section 8, Subsection 6 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act, approves the conferment of city status to Thika municipality. Now, honorable members, this motion is now available for contribution, and I'll ask honorable members who've queued to be mindful of your colleagues as you contribute, notwithstanding, of course, the time that the standing order allocates you for your contributions. Senator Samson Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I've read the report of Devolution and Intergovernmental Committee, and I've listened to the mover of motion, the distinguished senator who is a member of your presidium, moving. So, Speaker, the reading of Article 184 of the Constitution, we have been given power to come up with a legislation on how to classify urban areas and cities, principles of governance and management of urban and cities areas under Article 184. So, Speaker, the powers of Senate in Section 5(6) of the Urban and Cities Act provides for the criteria. One of the criteria to receive the status, if the reading of that Urban and Cities Act is very clear, Mr. Speaker, sir, is you must at least a minimum of 250,000 population. Mr. Speaker, the reading of this report, in my own understanding, the only criteria under Section 5 of Urban and Cities Act that the report that has been tabled before the House by the committee is only on the population. Other criteria or yardsticks provided by Section 5 of the Urban and Cities Act has not been met after reading through it, Mr. Speaker, sir. I appreciate that we still have challenges of cities and urban centers in this country. Even Nairobi is not a going concern. I know most cities struggle. They celebrate by receiving city status. We saw Nakuru. We came to this house. We did Eldoret. Now Kiambu County are proposing Thika. I think what Kiambu needs is not a city. What Kiambu needs is to come up with 2 counties. Because looking at the population and the capacity, we should come out with 2 counties if we ever review the constitution to give Kiambu County, to divide into 2 counties. That is what will ensure efficiency of service delivery in terms. Mr. Speaker, some of us who have been to Thika, it's so congested. It's so dirty, Mr. Speaker. The jam that when you exit from Garissa as you try to join Thika Super Highway is so congested, Mr. Speaker. And the roads are narrow. I was there a few weeks ago. Just like Wayakiwe here, the litter is all over, Mr. Speaker. So we need to be convinced the reading of Section 5 of the Constitution needs to be very clear. We just need not to give city status for the sake of it. We must build cities that we should be proud of. If today you bring a visitor and you decide to take that visitor to Thika and tell them that we want to upgrade Thika to the city, they will be wondering whether the name city has changed. Mr. Speaker, because even looking at the hospitals that are available there, apart from the huge gridlock of traffic, and I wish, Speaker, when you, from MKU, as you come all the way, I'm happy the President has noted that we might end up doing a dueling to decongest Thika town, Mr. Speaker. When we visit there, there is congestion, poor planning, Mr. Speaker, litter everywhere, dirt everywhere. I remember when I was there 2 weeks ago, there was a meeting of students from the region where you had come from. Even you could see the sewerage spill over. So, Mr. Speaker, we must be serious and ensure that when we want to give a county a city, it must meet the threshold of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, of Section 5. Mr. Speaker, even the issue of ambulances must, even, Mr. Speaker, you need to protect me from the distinguished senator of Machakos. I don't know why she will not wait for her time.
Senator Mudama is saying that even Machakos is due.
It's due. Oh.
I think, order, Senator Mudama. Order, Senator Mudama. Proceed, Senator Cherry.
Order. We'll discuss Machakos when it comes before the House. I'm just on Thika. So, Mr. Speaker, I know Nairobi, to many people, it looks like a huge slum city. In fact, Nairobi should be called slum city. Because when it is raining, the floods are all over, the drainage is poor, Mr. Speaker, the sewerage is not functional. Mr. Speaker, the non-availability, I know there is Carmenu Dam that is supposed to supply water to Thika. But in this report, we have not been ensured that this capacity of population that will be in Thika to access, Mr. Speaker. Even the issue of ambulances, the fire ambulances, Mr. Speaker, which is, and I'm happy you are now sitting and you are a lawyer and you understand what I'm saying under Section 5 of the Urban and Cities Act. We must have fire and ambulances. There is no, and I want to challenge the committee, they went and made the governor in his office, Mr. Speaker. But we need to be told, where this, we need to be told the number of fire station machinery. How many are there? Mr. Speaker, we need to be told the public toilets that are there. The stadium, Mr. Speaker, that is there. You don't just give, Mr. Speaker, city status for the sake of giving it. We need to be told whether traffic lights, I was there are no traffic lights. Unless Wamatangi Kimani, who I saw him advertising himself yesterday in citizenTv, has put traffic lights today. We must be told a city will only be a city when some of these infrastructures are there, Mr. Speaker. Even looking at, Mr. Speaker, another Section 5, it talks that there must be revenue streams. Looking at the OAG report, and I'm happy, I wish the member, the senator, the distinguished senator, is talking about CIPIC, the town, Thika town. I know it is coming to CIPIC, those financial statements, Mr. Speaker. The section number 5, Section 5 of the, and Mr. Speaker, we love people of Mulima. I know Senator Kenywa might be worried, but we love the people of Mount Kenya, and we know Mount Kenya begins from Githurai. We know this is a special city, a special town for them. There are many industries. There are many things that are in Thika. And I saw them, they wanted to twist Wamatangi to join them in some outfit. Mr. Speaker, what I'm just saying.
Senator Cherargei, would you like to be informed by Senator Kenywa?
No, I'm sufficiently informed.
Very well.
By the way, Speaker, if you notice when you are taking over, we were consulting. So he has sufficiently informed me,
very well,
which I have
Senator
not
Kenywa,
expired.
your offer is declined.
So,
Proceed,
Mr. Speaker,
Senator.
yes, Mr. Speaker. So, the point I'm trying to make is I'm on the revenue streams. I've read the revenue financial statements of Thika Town. It is not a going concern. Mr. Speaker, it must have a demonstrable revenue streams as per Section 5 of the Urban and Cities Act. And that is why I'm saying, if we have to give a city, we must tick. The tick, I agree, there are many industries in Thika. I agree. There are many EPZ, they are proposed. There is a Carmenu Dam. There is a proposal by national government to do dwelling into Thika to decongest. I agree. But the basic tenets of cleanliness, Mr. Speaker, even the allegations that some of the hospitals and mortuaries there can smell even to up to 100 meters, the allegations are there, Mr. Speaker. We must be given a fact, we must create cities that even when visitors come to Kenya, because Thika will be part of Nairobi City Metropolis, that we can be proud of. That we can be proud of, Mr. Speaker. So this revenue of Section 5 on the Thika, we must be told, because I've looked at the financial statements of the issue of Thika municipality or Thika town. Mr. Speaker, I'm afraid it does not reflect nor warrant. And I want to appeal to the distinguished county government of Kiambu. We are not saying it is wrong for them to request for a city status for Thika. We are not saying that. What we are saying, put your house in order, meet the marking of Section 5 of the Constitution before, Mr. Speaker, if this report is passed, Mr. Speaker, we shall send this report to the President for conferment of city status. I hope Senator Kenywa is marking that. The law says we will take it to the President for conferment of the city status. Senate will not go anywhere, Mr. Speaker. It will not go anywhere. Let us be told, even in an emergency. In fact, I heard Senator Eddy talking about riding bicycles or pedestrian walkways. We must have them. How many, Mr. Speaker, how many pedestrians today have died because they don't have walkways in our city here? Mr. Speaker, you saw even my brothers, Linda Mwananchi, when they were traversing Bungoma. Did you notice they knocked off a bicycle rider? That video has gone viral. And even them, the Linda Mwananchi people, have never apologized to that person. I have never treated. But the argument will be, there is no a place for the bicycle to ride. And that guy was knocked down in Bungoma the other day. Mr. Speaker, if somebody knows that gentleman, he should contact me so that we can see how we can assist this, since Linda Mwananchi has failed. So the issue of, Mr. Speaker, I don't know what Senator Mudama consumed today, because she's restless for nothing. And I've only seen her taking water only, so I don't know what has changed. It is a fact, and I will send you that information, Senator Mudama, that I'm arguing that we must have where bicycles ride, where people walkways, pedestrian walkways. That's my argument. Because during Linda Mwananchi forays in Bungoma, they knocked down a bicycle rider. And no one has apologized to that person or treated. And that's why I'm saying, Speaker, that we should know who that person is so that some of us can assist that individual, because Linda or Shinda Mwananchi has failed to assist, Mr. Speaker. That is why we are saying in Thika, and we want to come to Machakos, we want pedestrian walkways. We want where people can ride bicycles. We want to encourage the green city. We want to ensure that is available. But when you go to Thika, it's not there, Mr. Speaker. And that is why even Kenya Urban Support Program, Kenya Urban Support Program has been funding some of these counties to create pathways and walkways. And Mr. Speaker, even if this Nairobi city, I've seen Kura, Kenya Urban Road Authority, are doing what we call footbridges, We need to be told, because Thika as a town is congested. How many footbridges are there? How many walkways are there? How many pedestrians walkways are there, Mr. Speaker? We need to protect our pedestrians, and that is why the requirement of Section 5 of Urbans and Cities Act is very clear. Mr. Speaker, number 4, which is very sensitive, and I know the people of Thika are watching. You know, when you get city status, and I remember that story in Eldoret also. You know, when the city status come, the value of land rates and rent will go up. The value of advertising will go up, Mr. Speaker, sir. The value of everything will go up because it comes. Are the people of Thika ready for these changes in increment? Because the revenue now must be collected. The revenue must be repriced adverse because these are city status. I remember in Eldoret's situation, the people or businessmen were arguing that revert us to the town. I know public participation was done, and I've seen this report, Mr. Speaker. But we know how public participation is done, Mr. Speaker. People are coached, they are guided, but when this implementation will come, people will be very hesitant because their rent, their rates, the access to services, it must commensurate to the payment of revenue stream, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, this issue of Section 5 and even Article 184 of the Constitution, we must look at it, Mr. Speaker. Number 4, Mr. Speaker, issue of emergency response. Emergency response. You know, I saw Nairobi, let me use Nairobi because my colleagues understand. We had to create what we call barrows. Embakasi, maybe Westlands, maybe Yalingam, maybe Kilimani. We know the city network, and I saw that they're arguing that it's a railway. That railway is Colonial Railway. It is a railway that is passing that city. It is not a railway like a tram that is being used to transport people within Thika and with the connection to Nairobi, Mr. Speaker. It's more of that was established, Mr. Speaker, because the future, and my prayer, is to see Thika become an industrial city. But not now. There are many missing boxes that are to be ticked. When you say railway, what is the functionality? And I remember on a lighter note, because my brother from Laikipia just came back from a cruiser by-election. We had to do a railway between Nairobi and Olkalao and in Nyandarua. Mr. Speaker, we had to do a railway. That the point I'm trying to make is these renovations that we do, we need to be told if they are light train, which is not the truth. Even this Nairobi, Mr. Speaker. So in the issue of emergency and transportation within the Thika town, we must be told, or we must be equated, that the transport and emergency, how many barrels, we must be told the what we call firefighting engines, the bomberos. You know, Mr. Speaker, when you travel to Brazil and Portuguese, my condolences and empathy to the people of Spain, because they are experiencing a lot of wildfires. How many firemen and women, the bomberos, the Portuguese will call them bomberos, who have been hired, the machines, because if 250,000, and I've said, what Thika, I'm happy, what the only one reason Thika has made in Section 5, just only population. On other things, they are doing below average. And therefore, how many people are being used to respond to emergencies? The bomberos, the firefighters. That is what we want to see as per Section 5 of this Constitution. Before we process this conferment, before we ensure that the President confer the status of the city status, Mr. Speaker. I am aware in the reports that we have done in conclusion, because my time is fast spent, that 30%, and I know Thika is a very strategic town. I've argued that in future, in fact, where we do in other countries, Mr. Speaker, I'm seeing Nairobi should be a business city, although it should be called a slum city. We should do maybe Eldoret like a medical city. We should do Mombasa like tourism city. We do Isiolo as an administrative city. We do Thika as an industrial city. There is no city is. We should do Machakos as a capital city and do a state house there. We should go and build state house so that as President Ruto serves second term, he can reside from Machakos, and the senator of that area will be Mudama, and the neighboring governor will be Peris Tobiko. So, Mr. Speaker, what we are just saying, let us follow the law to the letter. Looking at all those conditions, because I don't want to spend, I would plead. I have not even gone to the performance of the county government of Kiambu, because I have sat in County Public Accounts Committee, and I have seen their financial statements. And if you want to know the functionality of a county, you look at financial statement. My sister, Senator Mudama, brought an issue of payroll, fraud in Machakos. It is happening. Even Nandi, yes, is investing payroll. I remember even in Bomet, you have a matter of human resource. I'm aware clinical officers are on strike. Even, I'm surprised the committee vice chair, Senator Muma, even Senator Karungo Tangwa brought a matter of striking medics. And you have, the committee has not given us way out what became of it. We must be told. Even in my county, the clinical officers are on strike. It has reached a point, and I've seen you have quoted a lot about the health, which is good. You have said there is level 5, level 3, there are many hospitals within Thika sub-county, and you think it is sufficient. But the human resource that was captured in your report has not been attached. You have just noted through the speaker and said it will be reviewed at a later date. You know, those are reasons that will need to convince some of us. Say that as we ensure, Mr. Speaker, as we ensure we bring into this matter, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cherargei, Senator Chimera would like to inform you. Would you like to? No,
Mr. Speaker, can I finish, because my time is spent, so that I don't take other captain.
Senator
Cherargei, you will do it in your submissions.
What the chair requires of you is a yes or no. You don't need to discuss. Do you want to be informed?
No, with capital N-O. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, what I'm applying, and you know, is our in-law. I will ask our sister what he wants to tell me, because he's our in-law. Mr. Speaker, what I'm pleading to the committee, and I have tremendous respect to my learned senior Senator Muma, she has been very working hard, especially in this committee. I know she has handled too many hot potatoes, including the matter of partnership between Nairobi and national government. I've seen you have scheduled for today this sticker. I know devolution has handled a lot of hot potatoes, and you have been always on the seat. It is not too much to ask the county government to review their position, step down this report. Let us review. Let us give them chance. There is no problem. It is my aim, it is my belief. Because if it comes the way it comes, I am afraid, as the report you have presented and persuasion you have given us, I will be able to decline. And this is the first time Senator Monteti is speaking in this house. I yield back and I oppose the report.
Senator Mudama.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to first of all congratulate the Committee of Devolution for the good work done on this report of transforming Thika from municipality to a city. Mr. Speaker, Thika has been there for a while. When I was growing, Thika was still there. And Thika had so many factories. And I would say that Thika is actually overdue for becoming a city. They meet all the criteria that a city demands. They have more than the 300,000 people. They have more than that, and that is what one of the criteria that is checked. Because sometimes back I tried to apply for Machakos to become a city, and I found that we had not met the criteria of having more than 300,000 people, and we are almost there now. But Thika is there, and I don't see why. Senator Cheregai is saying that Thika is not there yet. And you are also encouraging the people of Thika to refuse this, because you are telling them that their land will increase in prices, which will be very good for them, because they will be selling the land. They will not be buying, but they will be selling to you, Cheregai, and many others who would run to go and stay in Thika. And so that is something that Thika people should be encouraged to be very happy about Thika being a city. Cheregai, this senator, this this report is ready. This report is ready for Thika to become a city, because if you say that every detail has to be done, every detail, even the smallest, as you saying the pathways, those are the things now they'll be working on when they become a city, and they'll have the funds to be able to do all those things, because the hospitals are there. Actually, you'll be surprised. Many people leave other neighboring counties and go to hospital in Thika. Why? Because their hospitals are good. And I'm telling you with a lot of knowledge for this. You'll find people even coming from Kajiado, from Machakos, from Embu, from all over, Tharaka-Nithi, to go to hospital to Thika, because Thika, the governor is working really hard. And so, me, I don't see why we should delay Thika from becoming a city. I support this report, and I pray that this House will pass this report, and it will be escalated to the President to sign and pass it for Thika people to have a city. And next will be Machakos and Kajiado to have cities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Mudama. Now, Senator Kinywa.
Kuanzia mwanzo, Bwana Spika, nataka kupongeza kamati ya ugatuzi ambayo wamefanya kazi kwa uwerendi, na hasa nikijua kwamba anayeongoza katika kamati hiyo, Senator Muma, ni mtu aliyebombea katika kazi yake, na najua wameifanya kwa uadilifu na uzoefu mkuu. Bwana Spika, hapa hakuna mambo mengi. Nimemsikiza Senator Cherargei akiongea kizungu kingi, lakini ukweli wa mambo ni ya kwamba ili manispaa iweze kupandishwa hadhi na kuwa jiji, ni bayana yale mambo ambayo yanapaswa kufuata. Na kuuliza haya mambo kama yamefuatwa, ni jambo rahisi kuuliza. Kwanza, sheria inasema ya kwamba ni mpaka kuwe na watu katika manispaa ile, ni mpaka kuwe na watu 2.5 Swali ambalo unajiuliza kama jiji la Thika limekamilisha hiyo, na jawabu ni ndio. Kwa hivyo, kwa hayo wamepasi. Jambo lingine ambalo unapaswa kujiuliza ni ya kwamba ule mji wa Thika kifedha na mapato yake iko namna gani? Bwana Spika, inajulikana wazi ya kwamba Thika ni kitovu cha viwanda katika Jamhuri ya Kenya. Unaweza kuilinganisha na Birmingham, Bwana Spika. Kwa miaka 7 iliyopita, Thika wamekusanya zaidi ya bilioni 6.4, Bwana Spika. Hiyo ni kiwango cha kutosha kusema ya kwamba mapato yao yanaweza kuikimu hilo jiji. Bwana Spika, jambo ambalo ningetaka Senator Cherargei wa kutoka Nandi asikie ni ya kwamba jiji la Thika litakuwa la 6 tukikubali. Kwa sababu la kwanza ni Nairobi, pili Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru na Eldoret. Ya mwisho ni Eldoret. Na hii nikilinganisha naona ya kwamba Thika ikifanywa iwe mji mkuu, ndio wakati huo tunapata Rigathigachagua atakuwa rais wa 6. Ina mambo mingi inamaanisha. Bwana Spika, vile vile Bwana Spika
Order, honorable members. Order, honorable senators.
Bwana Spika,
order, honorable senators. What's your point
Bwana
of order,
Spika,
Senator
tukiangalia miundo
Senator Kinyua,
miundo mbinu na huduma.
Senator Kinyua, take your seat. What's your point of order, Senator Karen Nyama?
Mr. Speaker, is it in order for Senator Kinyua to claim that an impeached deputy president can run for president and be the 6th president of this country, Mr. Speaker? Is he in order?
Senator Kinyua, Senator Karen Nyama, Senator Cherargei, order please. Senator Karen Nyama, you are aware that this is a matter that is still active in court. Despite the decision of the High Court, there is actually a matter that was ongoing today in the Court of Appeal, and that decision is still within the judiciary. You have therefore raised a point of order which I am overruling, and I allow Senator Kinyua to proceed. Senator Kinyua, confine your arguments to the motion that is before the House.
Asante Bwana Speaker, na kwa sababu wewe ni wakili, Bwana Speaker, nakubaliana na wewe. Kwa hivyo Bwana Speaker, tunaangalia mambo ya miundo msingi. Ukiangalia Thika, Bwana Speaker, kuna zimamoto, Bwana Speaker, zile ambazo zinatakikana. Bwana Speaker, si zimamoto peke yake, Bwana Speaker. Ukitembea Thika, uangalie vile ambavyo kuna lami, Bwana Speaker, na si hiyo peke yake, Bwana Speaker. Kuna hii ambayo inaitwa Thika Super Highway ambayo inaelekea moja kwa moja mpaka katika jiji la Thika. Bwana Speaker, kamati ya ugatuzi iliuliza maswali haya. Ni kama walisema wangelitaka shari, nusu ya shari. Lakini Bwana Speaker, vile walivyotembea pale walipata shari kamili, Bwana Speaker. Kwa sababu ukitembelea katika ile hospitali, Bwana Speaker, ni hospitali ya kiwango cha juu, kama vile seneta wa kutoka Machakos alivyosema. Gatuzi nyingi zinaleta wagonjwa wao katika hospitali ile. Bwana Speaker, mambo ya zimamoto, Bwana Speaker, sio hiyo tu. Ukiangalia hiyo county, hata shule za chekechea ikiwa zingelihitajika kuangaliwa, Bwana Speaker, hiyo county imebombea sana. Hakuna sababu yoyote, Bwana Speaker, ya sisi kutoipatia ile hadhi ambayo Thika wangelitaka, kwa sababu ukiangalia katika jedwali, Bwana Speaker, na ikiwa ni alama unaweka imekubalika kila mahali, Bwana Speaker, county manispaa ya Thika inapaswa kupandishwa hadhi, kwa sababu mambo yote ambayo yangelihitajika, Bwana Speaker, yote yamewekwa bayana na ripoti ya seneti hii ya ugatuzi. Na Bwana Speaker, mambo yote ambayo yalihitajika wamesema inakubalika. Senator Cherargei kusema ya kwamba eti wapatiwe muda, sijui ni muda wa nini, ikiwa mambo ambayo yanapaswa kuzingatiwa yote wameyatimiza, na ikiwa wametimiza, Bwana Speaker, wanapaswa kuungana na hawa Wakenya wengine ambao tayari wamepewa jiji hizi 5 ambazo nimetaja, ikiwemo Nairobi. Nairobi, Bwana Speaker, ukiangalia kwa umati, kwa watu wanaohitajika, uende kama Thika kunahitajika, kama nilivyosema, watu 150,000. Lakini wale waliothika ni watu 150,000, na baadaye juu yake wanaongeza watu 30,000. Kwa hivyo Bwana Speaker, hakuna jambo ambalo linazuia Thika iweze kuwa jiji na iweze kuungana na hawa wengine. Pengine Cherargei, kile ambacho amnasema ni ya kwamba ni mambo ya makafani, Bwana Spika. Makafani yaliyoko Thika pengine ni wakati ilikuwa imetembelewa na ni muda uliopita ilitembelewa na kamati ya afya. Lakini kamati ya ugatuzi ilipotembea pale walipata mambo yamewekwa shwari, na sasa hakuna jambo lolote, Bwana Spika, linapaswa kuzuia Thika iweze kuwa jiji. Na Mrai Cherargei atembee Thika mchana, kwa sababu vile alivyoongea huwa anatembea Thika usiku. Na ukitembea Thika usiku, Bwana Spika, utaona vile mataa yalivyo.
Senator Cherargei, what's your point of order? Give Senator Cherargei the microphone.
I stand under Standing Order 105 on statement of fact. Mr. Speaker, by alleging, he is not my driver, he is not my PA, he is not my spouse. How can he know I went to Thika during daytime? Can he, and then Standing Order 120, relevance and repetition. Mr. Speaker, can he, as Standing Order 120, can he confine himself to the relevance of the motion?
So, Senator Cherargei, you have raised your point of order under Standing Order 105.
Yeah, on statement of fact. And then number two, if
that
you have
is
noticed,
as regards a matter of fact on the lighting within the city of Thika.
Correct.
That should be sufficient enough point of order for you. Forget about the rest. Senator Kenywa, are you able to establish that fact?
Ndiyo, Speaker. Alisema hakuna
substantiate
ndiyo
the fact that Senator Cherargei has raised.
Ndiyo. Bwana Speaker, alisema ya kwamba hakuna mataa Thika. Na mataa huwaka usiku, Bwana Speaker. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha alienda usiku, Bwana Speaker. Bwana Speaker, kwa sababu hapa mjini huwezi ujua kama iko mataa saa hii, kwa sababu tunatumia jua. Lakini ukija usiku unaweza kudhihirisha kama Nairobi kuna mataa ama hakuna mataa. Na kwa sababu alikwenda usiku, mimi nakubaliana naye, Bwana Speaker. Kwa hivyo ningemurai atembee mchana ndio aweze kuona lami vizuri, Bwana Speaker.
I said fire ambulances. You didn't listen to me. I said
Bwana Speaker,
order Senator Cherargei. Allow Senator Kenywa. And Senator Kenywa, for your information, you should be talking to the chair, not your colleague, Senator.
Asante, Bwana Speaker, kwa hayo maagizo. Bwana Speaker, ningeomba Senate hii ikubaliane na ripoti ya kamati ya ugatuzi, tuweze kukubali ya kwamba Thika iweze kupandishwa hadhi na iwe manispaa. Naunga mkono na napongeza kamati ya ugatuzi kwa kazi nzuri walioifanya, na tunataka kuwapa heko na muendelee na kazi hiyo nzuri. Na pale ambapo panaweza kuwa hawajamaliza kabisa Thika, kwa sababu aliye 100% peke yake ni Mwenyezi Mungu, tuwapatie muda baada ya sisi kukubali na ripoti hii pelekwe kwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na aweke sahihi, Thika iweze kupata hadhi na kuwa jiji. Asante, Bwana Speaker.
Senator Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to support the motion on the conferment of city status to Thika municipality, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me mention from the onset that I'm a member of the devolution committee. And so, Mr. Speaker, I will be in a better position, Mr. Speaker, than most members to give our observations as a committee. Mr. Speaker, I am also a member of the civic committee, Mr. Speaker, that handles the special funds and agencies in the counties, municipalities included, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we had a chance of inviting the Kiambu County government to appear before the committee to, advance their case for the conferment of city status to Thika municipality. Mr. Speaker, let me say I was more than convinced. But just to get facts on the ground, Mr. Speaker, we as the Committee of Devolution visited Thika municipality. And Mr. Speaker, we had a chance to go to several facilities, several institutions of the county government, of the Thika municipality, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, one of the many engagements we did in Thika was the most attended public participation baraza, Mr. Speaker, in a stadium, Mr. Speaker. In a I'm yet to get a better public participation forum than the one we had at Thika, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we had Kenyans of all walks of life who came to present the case for establishing the smart city of the industrial city of Thika, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the business people appeared before the committee. The education institutions, and a lot of them are in Thika, Mr. Speaker, did appear before the committee. Mr. Speaker, the market people appeared before the committee. The border riders, Mr. Speaker, those others in the transport sector, Mr. Speaker, appeared before the committee. So besides the county government, the executive of Kiambu County, Mr. Speaker, the ordinary citizens of Thika municipality had a chance to talk to the committee. Mr. Speaker, we were convinced. Mr. Speaker, we had a chance to see for ourselves the institutions, the facilities in Thika. What impressed me most, Mr. Speaker, was the preparedness of Thika municipality when it comes to fire fighting. Mr. Speaker, I was surprised that they even have an institution that trains firefighters. The equipments that Thika municipality had in terms of firefighting, they even trained the Kenyan army. I hope members are listening to me. Thika municipality trains the Kenyan army, trains other counties, Mr. Speaker. Senator Muma can bear me witness. We were taken through the drills. And Mr. Speaker, another thing that impressed me in that drill is that their systems are so automated that from the system, you can see where each ambulance in Thika municipality is at any time. And even the speed it's moving at when it's called. Mr. Speaker, I'm yet to come across another county or another municipality that is as prepared as Thika municipality. Mr. Speaker, Thika municipality has many academic institutions. And ask me, because I come from Kajiado County. And sometimes, even when you want to blow your own trumpet, you cannot. Because when I want to meet university students from Kajiado County, I go to Thika, because that is where all our children are, in the tertiary institutions in Thika, because Kajiado is yet to pull itself to that level. Mr. Speaker, we visited the water company. I hope I'm getting it right. I'm not reading this report. I'm saying what I saw. We went to the water company, Mr. Speaker. The water storages, the water treatment, The water catchment, Mr. Speaker, I will tell you, Thika is at another level. We visited Eldoret, and we conferred the city status. But, Mr. Speaker, if you were to ask me, maybe Thika should have come first. That's the truth. Mr. Speaker, the organization of the county government of Kiambu in preparedness for the Thika smart city is at another level. Give them their credit, give them their applause, Mr. Speaker, because they deserve it. They are ready. Mr. Speaker, the infrastructure, whether it's because of historical advantage or whether the county government of Kiambu has worked extra hard, Mr. Speaker, I just want to state as it is that Thika is ready for city status, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we actually even had people from the roads agencies, including Kenha, so that I don't leave that. And they convinced us, and they showed us work that is going on to open more roads, greater bypasses in Thika. And so, Mr. Speaker, there is a partnership between the national government and the county government of Kiambu. There is concerted effort towards the conferment of city status to Thika. And so, Mr. Speaker, I don't want to belabor. I don't want to take extra time. I just want to say, Mr. Speaker, I saw it with my eyes. We heard from the citizens. We heard from the county government of Kiambu. We heard from national government agencies that are working there. They are ready, Mr. Speaker. Thika is ready to get the city status. Smart city. It's a smart industrial city of Thika. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Chimera.
Shukran sana Bwana Spika kwa fursa hii na mimi niweze kuchangia kwa ripoti hii ya kamati ya ugatuzi kiongozwa na Senator mama yangu Senator Daktari Muma. Kwanza nichukue fursa hii niwapongeze sana wanakamati wa kamati hii Bwana Spika kwa kazi nzuri ambayo waliweza kuifanya mpaka ikafikia wametuletea ripoti hii ya hususan kuhusu kutaka kuongezwa kwa hadhi kwa mji mkuu ule wa Thika ambao uko katika kaunti ya Kiambu. Spika, niseme kwanza nimpongeze pia vile vile gavana wa kaunti hii Mheshimiwa Kimani wa Matinga wa Matangi, kumradhi kwa Matangi. Matinga ni ndugu yetu hapa. Bwana Spika, ifahamike kwamba gavana huyu alikuwa seneta ndani ya nyumba hii. Na hii ni ishara kwamba maseneta wakishakaa katika bunge hili wao ubobea na wakipata fursa ya kuwa magavana, Bwana Spika, kazi yao inaonekana peupe bila dosari lolote. Na ninatamani sana kwamba ndugu yangu Seneta Cherargei angekuwa hapa kusikiza sehemu zangu hizi, kwa sababu nafikiri ni seneta yeye peke yake tu ambaye anakwenda kinyume na ripoti hii. Na ripoti hii tumesikiza semi za wale wanakamati wakiongozwa na Seneta Muma na Seneta mama yangu Seneta Peris Tobiko. Na Waswahili sisi husema kuona ndio kuamini. Na ikiwa wanakamati hawa walikwenda nyanjani kwenda kutathmini hali ya mji huu wa Thika, na wanasema leo hii kwamba mji upo safi, huduma za maji zinapatikana, hali ya miundo misingi imeboreshwa, usalama ndani ya mji. Na Bwana Spika, nikutaarifu, unajua mimi ni kijana mdogo, bado damu inakimbia mno. Mimi nitasema kinagaubaga hapa kwamba saa zingine mimi hujipata Thika masaa ya usiku, sitapinga. Mimi hujipata Thika. Na kweli kuna mahali pale Thika nafikiri
ikiwa akili zangu zipo timamu, inaitwa The Tribe. Mimi upenda kufanya vikao vyangu pale mji wa Thika, Bwana Spika, na nimejionea mimi mwenyewe kwamba mji ule umeimarishwa, taa zinafanya, usalama upo na huduma zinapatikana. Na mimi pia ni mwanakamati wa ile kamati ya kutathmini masuala ya fedha za county, ikiwemo fedha za mahospitali, fedha za makampuni ya maji na fedha zile ambazo wazungu wanaziita special funds. Na mara mingi tumemwona gavana wa Kiambu akileta makadirio yake na hesabu zake za mji huu wa Thika. Na kiukweli, na sio kuweka fitina ama kuongeza chumvi, hesabu zake zimekuwa safi. Tumeona kweli wameongeza mapato yao. Nafikiri ukiangalia ripoti hii, Bwana Spika, wameonyesha pale takwimu kuanzia mwaka wa 2019 mpaka sasa, ambapo mji ule wa Thika uliweza kukusanya nafikiri takriban milioni 800 kuanzia mwaka wa 2019, wakaja paka mwaka 2024 wakawa wanakusanya mapato yale, kwa lugha ya kimombo yanaitwa owned source revenue. Bwana Spika, najua pengine Kiswahili kinakukanganya kwa sababu wewe ni mtu wa bonde la ufa. Ilikuwa bilioni 1.1. Lakini nikutaarifu tu kwamba hivi majuzi waliweza kurokota mapato ya shilingi bilioni 6.5 kama mji wa Thika. Kiukweli, kama kuna sababu yoyote ambayo tunafaa kuitilia pondo zaidi ya kwamba ni kwa nini mji huu unafaa kuongezwa hadhi yake, basi ni swala hili la kukusanya mapato yale ya wenyewe kwa wenyewe. Kwa sababu shilingi bilioni 6.5 kwa mji mmoja ni fedha ambayo inatosheleza huduma zote katika mji ule. Na vile vile pia niwapongeze sana wananchi wa mji huu wa Thika kwa kujitokeza kuja kutoa maoni yao kama ilivyo mustakabala wa sheria na utaratibu wa sheria. Na nimeona kwamba wakazi wa Thika walikuja kutoa maoni yao wakiunga mkono swala hili. Vile vile pia wafanyabiashara wadogo pia walikuja kutoa changizo zao za kwamba ni kwa nini mji huu uweze kuongezwa hadhi. Mimi tu kwangu ni kuona wivu ya kwamba natokea mji wa Diani pale kaunti yangu ya Kwale. Na Bwana Spika, mimi na wewe wiki ijayo nina imani tutakuwa Diani kwa ile safari ya mawakili Kenya mzima. Na ndugu yangu wakili Okongo Mogeni anajua, anafahamu hilo kwamba tarehe 7 wiki ijayo tupo pale Diani katika lile kongamano la mawakili. Na mmejionea wazi nyinyi wenyewe pia Diani ya sasa imebadilika, kwamba miundo misingi yetu vile vile pia imeweza kupigwa jeki na ni mji ambao unapendeza. Mtajionea, nisijipige kifua kwa sasa, najua wiki ijayo mtapata jibu lenu. Lakini tu pia niombe wale viongozi wenzangu kutoka kaunti ya Kwale vile vile pia halahala tufanye nafasi na haraka iwezekanavyo, tuweke maombi pia sisi tuweze kupata mji wetu wa Diani pia kupanda hadhi, kwa sababu umekuwa mji ambao umetuletea mapato mengi zaidi kupitia utalii. Tunaona hali ya usalama pia imewezwa kuimarika. Tumeona sura ya mji ule umebadilika, wawekezaji wengi wakiwa wawekezaji wa Kikenya na wawekezaji wa kutoka nchi za kigeni wameweza kuja kuwekeza ndani ya mji wetu wa Diani. Kwa hivyo tu ni ombi kwa unyenyekevu, sio kuwa mtu wa kiherehere, bali kwa unyenyekevu, kwamba tukiweza kuketi kama viongozi na uongozi wa kaunti ya Kwale, pengine tuna nafasi pia sisi ya kuleta maombi kuhakikisha kwamba mji wetu vile vile umeweza kupanda hadhi na pia mji ule kuwa jiji ndani ya kaunti ya Kwale. Nisiwe mwingi wa maneno, nimpongeze tu sana gavana huyu na watu wote wa Thika na watu wa kaunti ya Kiambu, na niwarai sana kwa unyenyekevu ndugu zangu na maseneta wenzangu kwamba tuunge mkono ripoti hii ili mji wa Thika uweze kupata nafasi ya kuwa mji mkuu, ili shughuli zote za huduma pale ziweze kuendelea vyema na kuboreshwa vyema. Asante sana Bwana Spika. Mwenyezi Mungu akubariki.
Asante sana Senator Chimera. ni kukuarifu tu ya kwamba najivunia kutoka pale upande wa Ponde la Ufa, lakini pia nikuelezee Kiswahili changu pia ni mufti, siko mbaya sana vile waweza kuwa umesema. Senator Mwenda Gataya.
Give me a mic. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I first...
What's your intervention, Senator Senior Counsel Morgan?
Mr. Speaker, there is a tradition within the Commonwealth, and a tradition we have also had in this House during the last sitting, the last Senate, and this one. Normally, Mr. Speaker, when you have senators on both sides of the House, the majority and the minority, you give one slot to the other side and one slot here. I've seen you give, the first slot was to Senator Kinyo, the next slot went to Senator Chimera, and you're giving the other slot to my good friend, my cousin from Tharaka, Mwenda Gataya.
Senator,
Mr. Speaker, you know, if we start bad habits, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, I'll stop you from there. That's not a bad habit.
No, Mr. Speaker.
Take your seat. Take your seat, Senator.
You know you are a lawyer like me. We are talking about fairness, Mr. Speaker.
Take your seat, Senator Morgan. I will respond to intervention. Take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat, Senator Morgan. Take your seat. Just to inform you, Senator Mwenda Gataya has been in this House from 2:30 p.m. He has queued here. You just came in. The list of the requests for those who want to contribute gives the Speaker the discretion, not necessarily to follow that queue. And I remember you were briefed when this system was being launched, that the fact that you are able to see your queuing does not mean that you have to allow members in that particular order. It is the discretion of the chair to do that. And I have explained this to you because I am aware Senator Mwenda Gataya has been here, and I should allow him to contribute, notwithstanding the fact that the person who contributed before him is also on this side of the aisle. So allow Senator Mwenda Gataya to make his contribution, then I will allow you, Mr. Speaker. I have not given you the microphone. I have not given you. I have not allowed you to speak, Senator Omogeni. I will respond to that. I will respond to that. Take your seat. Take your seat, Senator Omogeni. Do you want me to rule you out of order? Senator Omogeni, take your seat. Take your seat. Mwenda Gataya, proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. You know, my good brother, cousin Omogeni has interrupted the flow of my thoughts, but I think I will have to reorganize my thoughts. Honorable Speaker, I want from the onset start by saying that the Committee on Devolution did a very, very, very thorough job. Even, Honorable Speaker, though I was initially convinced that Thika deserves to be a city, I am being thoroughly convinced by the presentation made by Senator Tobiko. She has highlighted so many issues in a very procedural manner, the way the public participation was carried, the level of engagement that he engaged with the rest of quite a number of people in Thika, and that, Honorable Speaker, has inspired my desire to support the arrangement that Thika should be a city. Honorable Speaker, Thika is or was supposed to be a city a long time ago. Thika is a big name in this country. Thika is always associated with big industries, big factories, and it's strategically placed, Honorable Speaker. I'm happy the committee did a very thorough job. You know, to be a city, Honorable Speaker, there are quite a number of issues that are supposed to be considered, and I'm happy the committee took its time to engage and comb through every aspect of what is required of a town to be a city. I'm happy, Honorable Speaker, that the governor, who also happens to be a good friend of this house, because he's a former senator, has done very well, a very good job, because he has put in place all the institutions, all the incentives, all the institutions that are very much likely to make sure that Thika becomes a city. So, Honorable Speaker, as we create Thika to be a city, Honorable Speaker, I would request the government, other institutions as well, to make sure that we promote other small towns in this country, so that maybe, you know, once a town becomes a city, it comes with a lot of advantages. We are able to have more job opportunities for our young people. We are able to have more services maybe to our citizens. And it would maybe require the relevant institutions, the government, the county governments, to make sure that they promote those smaller towns, especially where I come from, the Tharaka County. We want to see a town like Kichuka also maybe gearing towards that arrangement of becoming a city. We have some other towns in Tharaka, Marimanti, Gatonga, those small towns. Now, Speaker, provided with the necessary facilities, necessary arrangement to make sure that maybe in the future they also advance into a city status, Honorable Speaker. So in this arrangement, Honorable Speaker, I don't take much of your time because we have no time, Honorable Speaker, and I can see quite a number of other members want to contribute. But I don't see any reason as to why this House should not confirm the report by this Committee on Devolution, which was headed by my very good Senator Kadhimuma, that city Minideka becomes goes into the list of other towns that have been promoted to the city status, and I'm very sure.
Senator Mofaya, do you want to be informed by Senator Muma?
I think what she did is enough because she has been here and she gave me a very
The question is, Senator Mofaya.
No, I don't want to be informed, Honorable Speaker. She's going to consume.
Well. Conclude on your contribution.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think I don't take much of the time. I'm happy. Catherine Muma is a good friend. I think let's adopt this report on devolution. I'm happy that Thika it must attain that status of our city. And maybe in the future, we are going to have Tharaka also getting a city in the next few years or so. And I want to congratulate Governor Matangi because this is his initiative that he has made sure that we have all the necessary facilities, the necessary equipment, the necessary arrangement for Thika to attain that city status. I support.
Senator Omogeni, do you now want to contribute?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I do want...
by the way, the chair has taken the discretion to do that because Senator Esi was here before you. But I will allow you to contribute, and thereafter I will permit the rest from this side of the aisle to make their contributions.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the point of what I was raising has got nothing to do with the person sitting on the seat. It's just that, you know, Mr. Speaker, today you are there, tomorrow somebody with some mischievous intentions could sit on your seat. And the tradition in the Commonwealth has always been that a debate must receive views from both sides. In fact, in the Commonwealth, some of the leading nations like the UK, they have even reserved, I think in a sitting, 20 days for the opposition to, you know, have adequate time to tell the government what it must tell them. And that's the beauty. You know, the only reason why we don't fight out there, or I don't support Gunism, is because the people of Nyamira have given me an opportunity to say what I need to tell the government on this floor. And that's the beauty of democracy, that you listen keenly to what the government has said, and you also reply, Mr. Speaker. When we did debates when we were in junior secondary school, we used to be told, debate about this statement, a police officer is better than a nurse. The other side will give their side of the story supporting their side of the debate, and the other side would give it. So that's why, Mr. Speaker, I always say, because we want to leave traditions here that will protect, even if you have an opposition of 6 members, it's always good to have that tradition. Let the majority have their way, but the minority should also have their say. So I have no disrespect for the chair. I have a very deep respect for members of the legal profession, lawyers. They once gave me an honor to be their president, and I always really defer to them. So I can never, Mr. Speaker, show disrespect to the chair, more so to a lawyer. And I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart, that I raised that point just because we don't want that tradition to die. That said, Mr. Speaker, I want to be on record that I support fully the report that is before the floor.
that wants to confer city status to the, let me call it the town of Thika, because it's not yet a city. And Mr. Speaker, I also want to join my colleagues in registering my salutations to the governor of Kiambu, Governor Kimani Wamatangi, with whom I served in the last parliament, Mr. Speaker, a very dedicated, very industrious senator, Mr. Speaker. When he served in this house, he served in leadership, Mr. Speaker, and I've had an occasion to just understand the journey Kimani Wamatangi has walked, and even how he acquired that name Wamatangi. It's because of the passion he had in serving people through donating some water tanks to the women of Kiambu. So I really wish to congratulate him, and I want to confirm that I've been to the county of Kiambu when I served in the Committee of Health. I saw the improvement he has done on the health facilities. Mr. Speaker, I've also had the privilege of visiting, and I was given an honor by the governor of Kiambu to bring a delegation of residents of the county of Nyamira to see the strides governor of Kiambu has made in improving ECD classes. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker, there was a documentary on Citizen, and Kenyans had a chance to see really the good things that Governor Matangi has done for the people of Kiambu. We wish him well, and I hope that he will set the pace for others. Mr. Speaker, we have many county headquarters in this country that can work harder and get elevated to the status of cities. You and I have traveled to many countries out there, and there are many countries that have more than 2-3 cities. So I hope, Mr. Speaker, that in the fullness of time, we will shed off this mentality that only big towns like Thika, Nakuru, Kisumu can have city status. Mr. Speaker, what is wrong in Bomet in the future? Having that ambition of becoming a city. It can work. All that we need is to borrow from the recommendations of this committee, that there are some infrastructures that need to be put in place before you attain those status of a city. And Mr. Speaker, I hope this recommendation we have here is not conclusive, Mr. Speaker. I am looking forward to the great city of Thika, Mr. Speaker, having an airport. When you go to London, you can land in Gatwick, which is still within the city of London, or you can land in Heathrow. We are getting congested in the city of Nairobi, Mr. Speaker. Governor Kimani Wamatangi should dream big. We want people who live in the, is that west or east? People who live towards Thika Road. When they travel out of the country, they don't need to cross the city to go to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. They are lucky in that they have a very good topography. They also have big land, Mr. Speaker. So let this recommendation not be conclusive. I hope Kimani Wamatangi can have a dream of creating an airport in Thika so that we have options of landing at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, that's international flights, or you can land in Thika. I hope he will be ambitious enough to put more infrastructure in that city that can tell the future generation that this Senate did not make a mistake when it approved this motion to confer city status to Thika town. Two, Mr. Speaker, other than the recommendation that has been made to improve infrastructure, let us also have Thika famed for agriculture. Mr. Speaker, if you travel abroad, you go to cities like Nashville in the US, it's famed for music. You go to California, Mr. Speaker, that's a city that is famed for good singers, good actors.
the rich people who live in Beverly Hills, in California. So Thika is lucky because many of us have enjoyed for many years receiving pineapples from Thika Cannas. So I hope he can also enhance agriculture, Mr. Speaker. Let him enhance dairy farming because his county has one of the best breeds of great cattle, and he can make it a hub for agriculture. We don't need to think about turning our counties into concrete jungle. Mr. Speaker, we can enhance and make our farmers put money in their pocket that can give them respect. Mr. Speaker, you know the cries of tea farmers from where and from your county and my county of Nyamira. That should not be the case, Mr. Speaker. People who are doing farming should get income that is commensurate to people who are also sitting in offices. Because we always say, Mr. Speaker, that a country that cannot feed its own population cannot claim to be a country that is secure. When you talk about the national security of a country, you must also address the issue of food security, Mr. Speaker. So, like, for example, when we speak about tea, Mr. Speaker, there has been a debate in this House, Mr. Speaker, whether it's high time we introduced minimum returns for farmers, Mr. Speaker. If we say, for example, that every farmer should earn 100 shillings per every kilo of green tea, that will be a decent income, Mr. Speaker, for our farmers. They do it. You know, in America, Mr. Speaker, the government guarantees farmers that even if there is an adverse weather in America, the farmer is guaranteed that the government will step in, Mr. Speaker, and compensate that farmer. We have reached a level where in Nyamira, farmers are threatening that they will uproot their tea, and I'm sure maybe that agitation has probably extended to our neighboring counties of Kericho and Bomet, simply because, Mr. Speaker, we have not been able to put in place policies that will protect our farmers. So if we turn Thika into a county that is famed for farming, I want to drive to Thika and find dairy farmers, coffee farmers, tea farmers, avocado farmers that get decent income, Mr. Speaker, from farming. We say that agriculture, especially tea, is a big contributor to our foreign earnings, Mr. Speaker. So how can we, as a government, abandon our farmers, Mr. Speaker? Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I have seen the recommendation that the governor should ensure that there is good water supply coverage within that city. I'll go a step further, Mr. Speaker, and add that we need public, safe drinking water. Many of us, Mr. Speaker, don't drink water that is supplied to our homes through the tap. We rely on mineral water, Mr. Speaker. Why should this be the case? I remember in the year 2009, when I was serving as chair of Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission, predecessor to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, some scrupulous businessmen acting in collusion with officers in the then City Council of Nairobi were charged in courts of law. I don't know whether they were acquitted finally because I left the organization before the case was concluded. But you can imagine, Mr. Speaker, the charge sheet was that they supplied, chalk to the city of Nairobi instead of a detergent that is supposed to give you clean water. You can imagine how heartless people can be. But you have traveled to cities like Geneva. In Geneva, Mr. Speaker, you take tap water. You don't need to buy mineral water. The government assures you that the water you are taking from your tap is safe drinking water. So I like Governor Wamatangi not to just tell us that he will comply with the recommendation of this committee, that he will be able to have enough water supply within the city. A time has come, Mr. Speaker, when Kenyans should open their taps and take water that can be called, can be described as safe drinking water, Mr. Speaker. We cannot continue buying mineral water, yet we are taxed heavily. If you have a property in Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, you have seen what my good friend Senator Sakaja has done. We used to, you know, all of us, we were trying to survive when he was here. But now he has increased rates in Nairobi. We are paying, we are being squeezed actually by the governor of Nairobi. The rates have really increased. But Mr. Speaker, where I live, I don't enjoy public, how do you call it, garbage collection. We use a private company, and we pay a lot of money, Mr. Speaker. But you go to other cities like Melbourne, you pay your rates. You are entitled to what I've seen recommended here, good roads, good infrastructure. Most of us, Mr. Speaker, when you drive out of your home, you are met by potholes. Yet you pay rates, huge rates, Mr. Speaker. Water, you are warned, that is not safe drinking water. Yet you are paying rates. Mr. Speaker, we have even been being forced now to look for security also, because you are told your safety and security is not guaranteed unless you make private arrangements. It should not be the case. I remember when I was a law student, Mr. Speaker, we were taught at law school that Karen Langata Association had filed a case in court and obtained an injunction against the then City Council of Nairobi not to collect rates from Langata because they were not providing garbage collection, they were not maintaining public roads within Langata, Mr. Speaker, and they were not providing the people of Langata with water. They were drilling boreholes. And they got an injunction stopping the City Council of Nairobi from collecting rates till those services were extended to the residents of Karen Langata. So I'm challenging my good friend, Senator Sakaja, that is good to increase the rates, but also let us get services in return, Mr. Speaker. That's why we want, if our government is taxing us, let our people get good health care, Mr. Speaker. Not like the cases we have where cancer patients, like our pastor, Mr. Speaker, from Nyamira, who traveled all the way to India to receive some treatment on a disease that we didn't have the expertise and facilities within the country. But we are being told that Apollo Hospital in India has declined to accept SHA insurance because there is no commensurate agreement signed, contract signed between SHA and Apollo Hospital. I really hope, Mr. Speaker, the announcement that was made, I think, from this floor by the CS Duale, that cancer patients will now be able to get this benefit when they travel to India. I'm appealing to the CS to make a follow-up, Mr. Speaker, so that Kenyans who are traveling to India, Mr. Speaker, should not again turn back to raise funds back home. Yet an announcement has been made, a pronouncement has been made by the CS Health that once they go to India, SHA will be able to cover. As I conclude finally, Mr. Speaker, I want the people of Thika to welcome this elevation of Thika into city status with open hands. I have no doubt, Mr. Speaker, that once Thika gets the status of a city, we'll be able to attract international investments, Mr. Speaker. We'll be able to improve infrastructure, Mr. Speaker. This idea I saw being rolled by the governor of Nairobi, a very good railway network to transport people from their estate to the city. If that dream sees the lights of the day, and I wish my colleagues, Senator Sakaja, Senator Wamatangi, who are our colleagues here, all the best and the best of success in their work as governors. I hope, Mr. Speaker, that they can link the railway network to the city of Thika, because that is the only way, Mr. Speaker, we can say that the people will come after us, will find a better country, a better infrastructure than what we had. If I'm in the city of Nairobi, I should take a train in the morning. In 30 minutes, I'm in Thika. If I have business there, I transact. In the next 1 hour or so, I take another train back to the city. That's what we want, Mr. Speaker. We improve infrastructure. It doesn't mean that if Mzee Kibaki, the late, may Almighty God bless his soul, wherever he is, if he did Thika Road, that should not be the end, Mr. Speaker. Many countries have made movement very easy by using the railway network. And then you take people underground. Because, Mr. Speaker, you go to some countries, you will not see people. But people are down here. People are doing business down here, under, because the railway network is down there. So I support this report done by the committee, but I hope and trust also that Governor Kimani Wamatangi will walk the walk. I'm waiting, Mr. Speaker, to see the reality of attaining a smart waste management framework. Because if he manages to do it, we can say other counties can come and benchmark, Mr. Speaker. I'm really looking forward to see how this smart waste management will be attained. I will also want to see how the drainage system will be extended to cover all the tea estates, all the residential estates. Some of us are a bit unlucky. Mr. Speaker, in my county of Nyamira, we don't have a sewage drainage system. In fact, we don't even have a piped water connection within in the entire county, not even within the town itself, but in the entire county of Nyamira. So this is a very progressive report, Mr. Speaker. Let us join hands and support Governor Kimani Wamatangi. And once, Mr. Speaker, he gets the approval of the Senate, he should not disappoint. Let him do the best he can. Let us be a shining example of what devolution can do, Mr. Speaker, and we'll all be happy to say that we have created our Zurich in the great country called Kenya. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I fully support. And
Senator Mungeni, your time is up as at the time of you saying, I support, unless you want a 30 seconds concluding comment. Give him 30 seconds.
Yes, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, Governor Wamatangi will not be able to attain his dreams unless he also leverages on own-source collection. Mr. Speaker, there is a lot of leakages in almost all our 47 counties on own-source collection, Mr. Speaker. There is a huge potential for Thika. They can collect more than what they are collecting. I hope Governor Wamatangi can also, bring in technology that can enhance his own source collection so that he has enough money and resources to make this city a reality. So I support and wish Kimani Wamatangi, Governor, and the people of Thika all the best as they migrate to the city status. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Senator Esi.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa kunipa nafasi hii, na ningependa kuwa mfupi kwa sababu ya muda, lakini ngoja nichukue nafasi hii kumpongeza Gavana Wamatangi kwa sababu ni baadhi ya magavana wachache ambao wanafanya kazi katika gatuzi zao. Bwana Spika, kama jana tulikuwa na upungufu wa nguvu za umeme nadhani Nairobi na miji mingine mingi hapa Kenya, lakini nilipoangalia katika pale Thika ilikuwa inawaka inametameta, Bwana Spika. Kwa hivyo tunafaa kupongeza juhudi kama hizi, na ripoti hii ambayo imeangaliwa na kamati ya ugatuzi ninaiunga mkono kwa sababu kuwa kwa Thika kama jiji kutaisaidia kuifungua kiuchumi, itaongeza mambo ya kazi za wachuuzi wadogo ambao nimekuwa nikiwatetea Bwana Spika kwa muda mrefu. Kwa hivyo hatua hii ya kuifanya Thika jiji Ni hatua ambayo ninaipokea na ningependa kupongeza kamati ambayo iliangalia mambo haya na kumpongeza wakazi wa Kiambu kwa kukumbatia kwa moyo mkunjufu hatua hii ya mji wa Thika kuwa jiji. Bwana Spika, na nimuombe kuwa gavana kwa hizi siku 90 ambazo amepewa aweze kufuatilia kabisa na hakikishe kuwa ahadi ambazo ametoa zitafikiwa, na ili tuimarishe miundombinu tofauti hapa na pale, ili magatuzi mengine nayo yaweze kuwa yakiangalia kutoka kwa Thika iwe kama kielelezo. Bwana Spika, kwa mujibu wa hayo machache ambayo nimeyazungumzia, napenda kuiunga ripoti hii ya kamati. Asante sana.
Senator Karen Nyamo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to support this motion by the Committee of Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the application of the conferment of city status to Thika municipality, Mr. Speaker. And I want to begin by congratulating the committee. From the report, they did a thorough job. I can see that due process was followed, public participation was followed. They visited, they made site visits to Thika. The necessary consultations with institutions were done. They engaged the county government of Kiambu, and they satisfied themselves that in this application, the Urban Cities and Act law was followed, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, having city status is not ceremonial. It has implications, Mr. Speaker. It increases opportunities and thus increasing the tax base and the living standards of the residents, and also gives investor confidence, Mr. Speaker, to that particular city. And this Thika municipality has had characteristics of a city of a long time, Mr. Speaker. Thika hosts many industrial companies. Deski Steel Mining, Milling, Devki Steel Milling is housed there. Del Monte, for the longest time, is housed in Thika. Bidco and others, Mr. Speaker. It also hosts higher learning institutions. We have Mount Kenya University there. Thika hosts a campus of KMTC, that is the Kenya Medical and Training campus, and other big learning institutions, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, conferring this status to Thika will just be confirming an existing reality. And it is not, it doesn't come as a surprise, Mr. Speaker. With this report, I have seen that the committee has given the county government of Kiambu 90 days to come to speed on the pending undertakings that I had my colleague, Senator Cherelgei, complaining about. It is not always going to be perfect. As Nairobi being the biggest city, we're still grappling with sewerage, we're still grappling with waste management. So give it to them. Thika, within the 90 days, they will bring the improvements that the committee and the conditions they've gotten from the committee, and also to tell all other counties that wish to have the city status, that city status comes with a greater responsibility. You know, you need to up your game. You need to have good road networks. You need to have a good water supply and all those characteristics that are necessary for a city, Mr. Speaker. And with those few remarks, I said I support and want to congratulate the county government of Kiambu in advance, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, There being no other senator seeking to contribute, I will ask Senator Montet. Just made your request. All right. Please give Senator Montet the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was trying to buy time, but since I've seen we have a few minutes, I think I can also join my colleagues in first congratulating this committee of devolution. Mr. Speaker, the committee of devolution has really worked hard. Looking at the volume of the reports that they have come up with, the work they have put in, the time they have put in since this request was brought forward to the Senate, I think they have done a recommendable job. And I wish to congratulate them and even thank them. I want to thank the chair, Mr. Abbas, and the vice chair who has worked very, very hard on this particular matter, Senator Kathy Moma. Mr. Speaker, maybe if I can just put my thoughts in a concluding manner. We can look at the checklist of what is required for Thika to be given the status of a city. And I think Thika has actually passed in every point. Come to population. Thika has over 270 residents during the day and another close to 50,000 who go to Thika in the evening, or the residents of Thika who live in Thika. Mr. Speaker, you know, Thika is almost part of Nairobi. Actually, so many Nairobians live in Thika or sleep in Thika. So this is actually one issue that no one can dispute about the population of Thika. The plans, the strategic plans that have been put forward by the county government of Kiambu. And this, Mr. Speaker, allow me to say that the governor of Kiambu has actually worked very, very hard. The governor has worked very hard that not only that he has really improved on the revenue collection, but even on the health status in the municipality. The committee visited, and if you look at their report, they say that what they saw in Kiambu compared to what the politicking, which is normally done, is totally different. Kiambu, it is work done, and the health services are good, they are working. The fire station, as the report indicates, is one of the best in the country. In fact, I was impressed when Senator Tobiko said that they are actually training for even the National Army, which is actually a recommendable point. I'm even told that they also train for Qatar, the government of Qatar, in that institute that they have set up there. So, Mr. Speaker, looking at that report, and I would urge the honorable senators to actually look at the report, have time and read it before we come to the passing of the report. They will see that work has been put in Thika, work has been done, and they are ready. Thika is actually ready, and it has been ready to be a city, not now, a few years ago. So this is the time that it has come. So let us give the people of Kiambu that wish that they can have a city, and let it be Thika, because that is where it is prepared and it is well arranged and well coordinated. And I think by doing so, we as a Senate would have done the people of Kiambu very, very, very reputable assignment of giving them that city. Or what I would urge is that the governor of Kiambu County should look at that document, what they've been told to do in 90 days, and we are looking at him, and we are looking at him to achieve all that they've been requested to do, or they are required to do. And when this city is passed, I think it is going to be not only the pride of the the governor of Kiambu, but also the pride of the people of Kiambu. So I urge honorable senators, let us look at this report, let us read this report in details, and we will see that where we are now, Thika is ready to be a city. And we wish the people of Kiambu well, and we wish that they're going to enjoy the status which will come with confining Thika to be a city. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Mondet. Now, Senator Catherine Muma, you may proceed to reply, noting that there are no more senators wishing to contribute to the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to reply. And Mr. Speaker, I have deliberately carried the report. When I moved the motion, I came with some notes, brief, because I wanted to give an opportunity to my colleagues to contribute to it. And I wanted them to have more time to speak. And you noticed I did not utilize my entire time. I want to thank the different senators, Senator Eddy, who seconded, Senator Cherargei, Senator Kabindu, Senator Tobiko, Kenywa, Senator Chimera, Senator Mofire, Senator Mogeni, Senator Okenyuri, Senator Nyamu, and Senator Montet. Honorable Speaker, all of them supported, except for Senator Cherargei. And allow me to say one thing to my colleague, Senator Cherargei. Not because he opposed. I want to say that, to ask that it is absolutely important that when we speak to a report provided by a committee of the House, it is important to read the content. The members of the public listening to Senator Cherargei would come to the conclusion about certain things that he came to a conclusion that would not be true. Honorable Speaker, Senator Cherargei said that this city, Kiambu City, only met one criteria of the number of the people and failed on the other criteria. I'd like to ask Senator Cherargei and all members of the Senate, members of the public, because you can access this report, to read chapter 3. Our committee was extremely thorough. We went back and asked for documents, and that's why where we felt they can do better, we have given that recommendation that Kiambu must go back and do what it can. Honorable Speaker, I was one of the first people to doubt the necessity of giving Thika the city status, because I felt Thika is right next to Nairobi, and Nairobi is a city. In my mind, I felt you can't have cities next to each other. But once we went to the field and we listened to the team, beginning with a team led by former Senator Sylvie Kasanga, who led the ad hoc committee that did an extremely professional job in evaluating and setting Kiambu City to look at this document, to evaluate itself and to prepare documentation for seeking for city status in the proper manner. And they did this in a proper manner. One of the most impressive aspects of this visit is that we visited those places, Honorable Speaker. We visited the various places, the water resource provision, the stadium, which has been designed to take into account having both a stadium and the market right on the same building. Found it extremely innovative. Honorable Speaker, I am a human rights approaches practitioner, and I particularly enjoyed the Honorable Speaker, I'm hoping you can extend.
Senator Muma, I will exercise the authority of the chair under Standing Order 34 and extend for a further 5 minutes to allow you to conclude on your reply.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I will not go beyond the 5 minutes. I was just explaining, Speaker, this is one of the seriously, thoroughly, properly done exercises that we've done as the Committee on Devolution. And even as people are talking about my leadership, when I wanted to stand for on a point of information, I wanted to inform the House that the chair of our committee is Senator Abbas. The only reason I moved this motion is because I led the team that went to the field because our chair was out of jurisdiction during that time. And as I led the team, I would want to assure you, I was saying as a human rights approaches practitioner, I'm one of the people who is always keen on the type of public participation that is carried out. And Honorable Speaker, the public participation exercise that was carried out in Thika over this issue is one of the best that I've had and witnessed. We had in excess of 3,000 people attending, and different sectors represented. And Honorable Speaker, you can tell when speakers have been coached to say something. These speakers were actually speaking about their own issues. They were talking, the border people wanted to know how their operation within the city will be secured, whether they will be pushed out of the city. They were supporting the city, the formation, the granting of the city status, but they wanted to know how are they going to be included in that. The Mamambogas wanted to know how their markets will be situated strategically. The industry people were there, and we were discussing the issues. We discussed even issues about industrial pollution and what they're going to do. So, Honorable Speaker, I feel, having participated in this issue at the center of it, this is an exercise that was done with utmost professionalism, and I would urge my colleague Gerard Gay in particular, not because I don't want him to oppose, it is his right to oppose if he doesn't, to actually oppose from an informed point of view, and he can do so by first reading the report before actually engaging in disinformation about what this report was all about. Honorable Speaker, as we move on, it is my hope that we will, as we move forward next week, that this House will see it fit to be able to grant the city status to the Thika municipality of the Kiambu County. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the putting of the question be deferred to a later date pursuant to Standing Order 66-3. I therefore reply. Thank you.
Senator Muma, putting of the question is hereby deferred pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 66 to the next sitting of this House. And we may now rise. Honorable Senators, it is now 6:33 p.m.